Or you just a little emotional.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was
Damn, you was with Sean Porter, you were saying.
Yeah, you know, shout out to Sean Porter and Sean's to tell, you know, the whole Porter Way podcast. You know, paid them a visit.
Why the
yesterday.
camera on me? What's up with Bo never wanting to put the camera on you?
They was doing their thing in the building yesterday, so you paid them a little visit. Yo, they're having like a special 100th episode this Sunday. And
what?
Yeah, Trey the Truth gonna be there.
Who's that?
You met him. You'll know if you've seen him. But yeah, so
Wait, he's a rapper.
Yeah, so
Trey the Truth.
So yeah, champ, it's gonna be. They actually renting out like a whole venue.
Who, Sean?
Yeah. They're doing it at the space where
what's that?
Mark Chinook, where he does his events at.
So they're gonna have a live podcast.
A live podcast for the 100th episode.
Man, that's what I've been wanting to do. I wanted to do a 3-city tour. I can't believe it. See, you need money, man. You gotta be funded. Damn, that's amazing. So where is the space? Is that on the Strip?
Nah, it's off the Strip, but you know,
Okay.
it's here in Vegas, not far. You know, it's literally a
They invited you?
Event center, a venue. Honestly, I didn't get time. They was literally live when I walked up.
Damn,
and shit.
no VIP.
So Sean was like, you know, he gave me a shout out and shit, you know, but I did not get to actually converse, talk to the champ. Just paid him a visit. That's all. But yeah, man, no, weekend was cool.
Damn.
Let me see. Yeah, I went to.
So you went to the Win specifically for that?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I went to the movies Friday. That was like the.
Oh yeah, we both seen Nope.
Yeah, Nope.
I did kind of enjoy it. You know, it had a nice twist, man. Shout out to Jordan Peele, keeps doing his thing.
It
man.
was different for sure. He's one of the people that keeps me coming back to the theaters. I've liked his shit thus far. This one was different, but I didn't mind it.
Different.
Unlike Ness, I go to the movies like once a fucking year. So this was like my once a year.
See, that's why you be disappointed, because you go once a year, then it's like you get hit with a whack one, and you're like, oh, movies suck.
Nah, I mean, it's just literally half the movies in theaters is like superhero movies, something I don't, you know, fuck with necessarily. And just nothing catches my attention. So I think the last time I went to go outside of Jordan Peele was probably Creed 2, not even being funny.
Listen, who do you think is to blame for Tank Ryan not happening?
I'm gonna just say Oscar. And the reason I'm saying Oscar, bro, because he's just a liar, bro. He's just he just lied his whole like promoter life, and you get what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know that I can really trust anything he has said. And I don't know that Tank's peoples are hard to get a hold of. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know who he's reaching out to. And maybe the people he's reaching out to, he can't get a hold of. I just don't know that he's reaching out to the right people, maybe. I don't know that, you know, he's reaching out to Tank's team. I don't even know that he's doing that, man. I'ma say it's Oscar, because when they were interested and they offered y'all the fight, you know what I'm saying, the energy wasn't there. So this fight could have been happened already. But it's hard, man. It's hard to point the finger. Like, it's really hard to point the finger, because at the end of the day, it's not even about Oscar. It's not about the promoters. It's really about Ryan. It's about Tank. And them two getting in the ring to put on a fight for the fans.
I mean, if it was that simple, I think we'd have Terrence versus Earl already.
Nah, I don't think it's simple. I just think that what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, that's who it's about. Like, you know, we may see all these interviews of Oscar saying this, but what's came of it? You get what I'm saying? And that's the thing. It's kind of
that's kind of what today's about. That nothing's come from it. He's saying the team is non-responsive, so he's moving on to Teo.
And that's cool.
But Teo's top ranked.
They've done business before.
But you don't believe Oscar, so is this more believable from Oscar for you?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. I think Teo's dangerous, or just as dangerous than Tank. Yes, Tank has that concussive power. He's more known.
I think that we could have said that before the Cambosos fight.
You don't think Tio is as dangerous as Tank?
Well, I just don't know what Tio we're gonna see. Like you gotta realize he's not just coming off a loss. He's literally coming off health issues as well. So I think that
we gotta see those muscle ups again.
Okay, would you like me to fucking show you the same muscle ups that
I think I need you to show me because
all right, that's honestly, no problem. You know, because you didn't, you know, you just moved out here, champ, and this actually, let me tell you,
this is
look, let me tell you,
this is not easy to do. You know what other boxer can do this? Anthony Yarde, before he became the Beast from the East or whatever he calls himself. Yeah, he was doing these long time before go.
Yeah, no.
And yeah, I know somebody gonna say, "Oh, Ness, great example." You know, Anthony Yarde can't fight or yada yada yada. They gonna say.
No, look, all I'm saying is, bro. Right before you moved out here, I was able to actually get into the city athletic.
So if he was doing muscle ups before the fight, are you saying that he wasn't really sick?
I'm saying that
because muscle ups takes all of your motherfucking
I'm
energy.
saying that if
that ain't
believe
that ain't no I can lift 315, man. That's that real dog strength when you can lift your own weight like that. But look, that's okay.
Nah, I hear you, champ.
Shout out to my man Michael Manning who understands that Yarde is Jack, man. He is Jack. But if you're watching this on YouTube, don't you forget for one moment to hit that thumbs up button because we need your assistance in continuing to make this the #1 boxing show in the world. Now we just need the rest of the world to know that and go ahead and subscribe because we on a hunt for 1 million subscribers and we almost did. I said we almost did. Bo, what number we at, Bo? Tell him. Tell him, Bo. Tell him how close.
How close, Bo?
Bo don't know. I thought they always said Bo knows.
Bo got to look it up.
153,635. So, yo, we need about 300 more. I said 300 more, and we going to get to 154. You know what I'm saying? So, tell a friend to tell a friend. Go ahead around them water coolers and talk boxing. Man, let them know that TBV is doing something big for the Canelo and Triple G fight.
And we got Giovanni Estella coming on at 7 a.m. Pacific time.
Who's that? The dude that fought?
Mike Leonardi fighter.
Okay.
He fighting.
Zooming it? You zooming it?
Yeah, he's in Orlando. He's in Florida.
You got that down pat yet?
This will be our second Zoom interview in the new studio.
I mean, video though.
Yeah, Zoom.
Video. I'm talking about, figuring it out where it's like, he on screen, me and Danny on screen with the little split screen. You was practicing?
Yeah, no. So the split screen, you could only do like individuals. If I try to do the wide shot on the split screen,
it don't look good.
Nah, not really, because y'all gonna be super little.
You the man, you the one figured it out, man.
But if you get an iPad, you can hook it up to this hardware they have here, and you could do a lot more.
Oh, word. I got an iPad in Florida. I watch I bring in, y'all going to tell me we need a newer one because that's how people do.
That's how technology is.
No, man. No.
Sometimes you got to update.
Nah, Apple is like that, bro. Apple's like that. I think there's a new lawsuit now where they're being sued because their new softwares were forcing their older phones to stop working in some way. And I remember people always saying that, but, I was so involved and just like wrapped in that Apple ecosystem that whenever them phones came out, I was getting a new one. So I never felt what people who didn't get the new one was feeling from the upgrade. And man, there's a lawsuit out, bro. And you seen AT&T lost that other throttling lawsuit, so these dudes getting caught.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
It's crazy to think that on those levels they out here doing us dirty.
Oh, you saying like, for them to be such a big company?
Of course, bro.
Yeah, but shit, that's how they remain big because it's like, think about how many consumers they have, and then it's like, all right, cool. If we got 10 million people that have an iPhone 2 versions ago or older, slow them down, make them get a newer one. Now that's 10 million new phones.
Yeah, but what? I mean, that was a big ass gamble though, because it's like, what's the probability that those that you slow are actually gonna upgrade versus just go with a Droid? Like, fuck y'all.
No, that's true. That's true because our intern Micah, she was like, "Yo, the fucking MacBook was like too much for me, so I sent that shit back, and I got me an HP because it was like just too much going on, and I'm like, fuck it.
Can we introduce her to the world?
I think once we get the wheel right,
sure, the people will know.
Okay.
Eventually, Damn, he said the will. What?
Well, no, I
the
thought
world. I said, can we introduce her to the world?
I thought we not using her for the wheel.
What? I ain't know nothing about that.
No, I thought
sound like a good idea. To
Nah,
me.
Yo, look at this guy. Y'all
no, I
terrible.
thought we was for the like to pick the winners whenever we actually announce the winners and shit.
Whatever, man. You've been having a lot of authoritative
I ain't been
decision making
shit.
happen around these
bro.
parts, man.
I really can't.
They upgraded Danny up
So
in,
I can't.
these streets.
I can't find. Boom! I found it. As soon as I was gonna say I can't find,
Show us the date. Oh, Danny doesn't have the share capabilities.
but I'm gonna send it to you, champ.
Ew.
And it was November 4th.
How many he did in that one?
Bro, I don't know. I'm just saying it was right before the Cambosos fight.
Let's see. What you put in the pre-pro?
Sent it to you.
Bro, why you don't be doing this shit in the pre-pro, man?
Oh, cause
Then you be expanding our conversation. That should be all
long and shit.
Hell yeah. You be trying to find shit, you can't find it.
But just want to remind everybody who is currently watching to subscribe, hit that like button, hit that notification
Shout out to
bell.
Marcos Viega of Fight Hub for this video that we are now watching with Teofimo jumping up and down. He doesn't even look as big as he looks right now. Let's just be real. Let's pause that.
Yeah, of course.
Let's pause that. He doesn't look as in shape. Look at that. I wish we could give me turn to this way, brother. Come on, man. Look, I'm gonna go back. Let me just pause that right there. No, give you a better pause. No.
Bro, he looked chiseled.
No, a little better pause. We need a better pause than that. We need a better pause. Come on.
He looks chiseled.
Come on.
Look at those arms as he's planking.
Perfect.
Look at those arms as he's planking.
Perfect right there. Let's see if I'm on point and I can just go from this. You could get with this or you could get with that. Nope, that ain't it. Fuck.
Yeah, my man was in shape, man. He was in shape.
Why that shit wasn't on the one?
But obviously, that was his last fight at 135 pounds, so he's gonna look bigger. First fight at 140.
I don't know that we could say that's the same, man. Let me see. Go that to this, back to that to this. Let me zoom it in, maybe. Right, Bo? What you think, producer? He keeps producers deucing.
What you think, Bo?
It take about 15 extra seconds for me to see it on my end.
Nah, man, don't lie. You don't want to see it.
That screen look good.
Yeah, I don't know what that's talking about, man.
Oh, you saying which one look better?
Yeah, what version of him?
I mean, he got on a tummy tuck thing. While on the muscle up.
Yeah, that's the shit the girls wear after they get the BBLs and shit.
A girdle. He got a
the
girdle on.
Yeah.
Yeah, which means he's still losing weight and look how good he look.
Bro, did he not look chiseled in that fucking video?
Hey.
And let's also keep in mind, like I said, that was his last fight at 135. This is his first fight at 140.
Check out Chris Souza says Apple waited, what he said, 9 years to create a waterproof phone. You ain't lying. And let me tell you, I know mine's is waterproof, and I still don't put it in the water.
Yeah, I don't put that shit in the water.
I do put my watch in the water. I do laps in the ocean and in the pool.
So I've never done that, but
I lost one watch in the fucking ocean.
To be fair, damn, for real.
Word is born. Tight.
Damn.
Super tight.
Damn.
And I
what
could
you
see
was
it.
doing?
And I could see it.
But what happened?
So check it out. In Myrtle Beach, remember when I covered them fights? I was a commentator.
Yeah.
So
South
I went
Carolina.
swimming in Myrtle. Shit was beautiful. I see my watch in the ocean on Find My Watch, and then I see it get out the ocean, and I see that shit drive off. Somebody actually found it. You know those people be out there with their fucking metal detectors, little geek ass motherfucker stealing. But yeah.
I don't know if that's stealing. Like,
nah, man.
If you lose something in the ocean,
come on, man. My shit was making a sound, and it took like a day for that motherfucker to cut off. At the very least,
you ain't try to pull up.
Pull up to what? Just keep following that shit. Nah, man. Nah.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you.
You don't get the actual door number. You just gonna see it.
Oh
you know what I'm saying?
It's a
so yeah, you can expand the map. and assume it's in that house that wherever the dot
Yeah,
at.
like if you in a skyscraper, an apartment building or something, you.
But also remember this. Also remember this for all you brave dudes out there. It also shows the last spot it was cut off. So you might take that drive.
That's true, and then that's just where it was cut off at, and that's where they pulled off.
That's where they figured out how to turn that bitch off.
Yeah, let me tell you. So obviously you were speaking very highly. You were like an unpaid Apple Watch ambassador.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, right?
They send me an Apple Watch every year.
So, you know, you influenced me to get an Apple Watch. I'm like, yo,
It's changed your life.
I'm working out, keeping track of my steps, all
That's
this other shit. And I didn't know they were waterproof. So, like, the first thing I did was buy, like, a waterproof case for it. And then I wondered. I was like, because, look, the waterproof case only covers, like, the back is still open. So, I'm like, I wondered. I still put it on. But I wondered. I'm like, how waterproof is this case really?
What is it proofing, though? If the back is open, that's insane.
Yeah, like the shit that goes
on your skin.
Yeah, on your skin. That's open.
That's so strange.
It's not like a plastic. It's not like a film or nothing like that.
No. That's so strange.
Yeah.
That case is bullshit waterproof. They fucking use that word as a search term only.
But what if all the waterproof cases are like this?
And
there's some science behind it that we just aren't aware of.
I mean, hey, they need to remake Abyss while we're at it. Have you ever watched it?
Remake a what?
Abyss?
No, I know like bitch, but
not a bitch. Abyss.
Abyss? Nah.
Yeah. Let me see if I'm saying it right.
Bro, you know what the fuck he talking about?
I mean, I know what an abyss is, but I've never seen the movie Abyss. Abyss is, if I'm not mistaken, like an alleyway between mountains and things like that.
What?
ABYSS?
Ain't no alleyway between mountains, homie.
What the word?
Abyss is Ed Harris and Mary Elizabeth are formerly married.
Bro, what are you talking about?
I was trying to give you the
Is this a book club?
I was trying to give you the synopsis.
Yeah,
they are drafted
between one thing and another.
They are drafted to assist a gung-ho Navy SEAL, Michael Behan, with a top-secret recovery operation. A nuclear sub has been ambushed and sunk under
what the fuck
mysterious
this got to do with
circumstances.
anything we was just talking about?
Because you were talking water.
Oh, a Navy? Okay. All right.
You were talking water.
Word.
And something. And I was like, well, while they're at it, they need to remake Abyss. But you didn't know it. It's all good. It's an 80s movie, man.
The movie came out a year after I was born, 89.
Yeah, and it was a damn good movie. Oh, my God. See why I can remember it for so many years? That's insane. Look at who's the director.
Who?
James Cameron. Look how much it fucking grossed. 90 million. And it ain't no fucking Marvel movie. Okay? Yo, Cameron was a big deal back then, huh? I mean, I don't mean back then. I mean, always. I mean, I didn't get put onto that
What's
name.
his last big film?
Well, he did Avatar.
Yeah.
I didn't even know him.
No.
Avatar.
I just because I know they're working on the second one. I just didn't know if he had worked. What do you mean? So you didn't know Titanic? Because he did Titanic,
and that's what I'm saying. I've
because I've never seen Avatar. Like this movie. I know he did Avatar, but I know him from Titanic.
But this is what I'm saying. Look at this movie. I love Abyss, and I always recommend it. And it's a Cameron movie. I didn't know till today.
How long is it? Because people saying this is too long.
Well, it's because that's Cameron's style, though. It's funny that it's James Cameron because you can tell.
No, that's his style.
He's going to give you everything,
bro,
beginning, middle, and end. It's
Titanic, bro, Titanic.
Guys, this is
right?
a look into what our Untitled show will be about this evening at 4 p.m.
Yeah, you just
Don't
never
you
know.
got somebody scheduled? If you ain't got nobody scheduled, we interviewing our intern. That's how y'all. That's how y'all meet her.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I mean, if she's available. No, yeah. But you ain't got buck.
Yeah, but my man's like, we gonna find out right now.
Yo, you like,
so look, Titanic was so fucking long, bro. Like my mom, she was like an unofficial VHS collector.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was like 3 cassette decks?
Bro, it was 2 fucking cassette tapes. I'm like, bro, that shit's insane. That's like, you know when you know something is too long, Ness? When you have multiple DVD films.
Mm. Well, that's how Sopranos was, though. Sopranos was like 1 season per disc and shit.
I mean,
intern is confirmed for 4 p.m. interview on Untitled.
TV shows,
Why are you always scheduling people at 4 exactly? Knowing that shit don't happen that way.
The show starts at 4 p.m., so she should be here at 4
Bro,
p.m.
but no,
You right.
I'm
wrong. It is 4:15, so you're right. I guess have them before
they
the time
said
you want
said
them.
Cameron's last movie was no way.
Terminator 2? Oh my God, that dude is amazing. He do all the big shit then.
But that wasn't
that's so memorable, Terminator.
But it is, but that wasn't his last movie.
He probably made the last one, the one that just came out.
Wait, one just came out?
I mean, last year, I think, or 2 years ago.
No.
Bro, yeah.
Wait.
Man, come on. You wildin'. I'm going to handle the super chat. Look it up.
With Arnold? Wait, was Arnold in it?
Arnold's always in it. Like, Arnold's always...
Get down. We must go now.
I guess.
Yeah, bro.
You got to put just a slight more deeper, and you would have it, and slow it down. You're way too fast.
Yo, I never knew another one came out.
What do you mean? Wait, because I got to hear this shit. I want to know how funny he's about to be. Are you saying another one from, like, the first ever Terminator?
Yeah. No, like, he had the old ones. He had the old ones, like, when I was a shorty. Yeah.
So you didn't know there was another one?
Fuck no.
So that's what I'm saying. So you never knew that Arnold was no more, like, the bad Terminator. He was the good Terminator? You didn't know that?
Nah, I never knew there was a such thing.
So you just always thought he was the bad Terminator?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you missed like 10 movies, bro.
Whoa. So it's more than just the first and the second?
What the fuck, man? There's like 10 of them shits.
Damn. Yeah, champ. No clue. I don't be watching movies like that.
Yo, he's dead serious. This is hilarious.
Bro, I told you I really don't watch movies like that.
Yo, look at what my man said. In 89, 90 million must have been $1 billion. You right about that. That's what I'm telling you. My man budgets was crazy, bro.
Let's find out.
Bruh, do it.
How much was it? 90 million in 1989?
Yeah. He said Arnold sound like me, Wong. You did sound a little aged. I ain't gonna front. That's why I said slow it down. How much was it?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be 215 million.
That's double and some change.
Yeah, and some change.
That's nice.
So.
That's nice. That's a nice little. But you know.
They said I've been living under a rock, champ.
Nah, he just wasn't doing movies, man. He wasn't doing movies, and that's okay.
Yeah, nah, champ.
That's okay. Which is crazy, because even Ed Harris was in that movie. And everybody knows Ed Harris is like one of the biggest stars in Westworld right now.
They said it's 6 Terminator movies.
Nah, it's got to be more.
Let me see.
Is it only 6? Get out of here.
Let me see.
I feel like I've been watching Terminator all my life.
Nah, bro, it's crazy because Terminator 3 was the first Terminator that came out in my lifetime, and I've only seen 1 and 2.
Oh, wow.
1 came out in 84, 2 came out in 91, and those are the only 2 I've seen. Yeah, there's only 6, though.
Wow, so how many years they skipped in between?
So from the first to the second was 7 years.
Wow.
Then from the second to the third was 12 years.
Holy smokes, that's what happened.
Then from the third to the next one was 4.
Is that first one lived forever?
Well, they really took a long time from the second to the third because everything else was about 6-7 years apart except the second and the third. That was double.
Can you imagine? That's how long Arnold stood relevant? And still is, and you know, he's still out here doing Dependables and all this weird shit, man. Like, it's insane, bro. Actors, that's that real money. That's why musicians, like, once they get in the acting world, they be happy.
Bro, he's 75 years old.
Oh, that's young.
And
he different than
75
Bob.
75 ain't young nowhere.
Look at that Arnold and compare him to Bob. Compare him to motherfucking that dude, that rich dude. What's that dude that chill with Bud?
Warren Buffett?
Yeah,
but you talking about guys that are in their 90s.
Bruh, I don't care. I'm talking about bodies. When he get 90, he won't look like that.
I'm just saying,
Arnold
the age difference you're talking about is me and you.
Though.
Like, you get what I'm saying?
And what I'm saying is, they young compared to them dudes. Arnold's young compared to them dudes. And look ready to go. He looked ready to go.
Yeah, no, I mean
ready to go, like, keep going, not ready to go.
Yeah, no, bro, and he was a governor too. Like,
No, yeah, that's old news.
no. I'm just saying, it's just like my man's literally was a politician, still putting out movies.
Always. But let me let the audience hear this audio here. Let me see if I can make this a little bit better looking.
And then I guess you'll be arriving at any moment via Zoom.
Okay, that's what we doing. Okay. So if we do that, that ain't gonna work. So we gotta go here, then here.
Yo, my man's won Mr. Olympia 6 years in a row. That's impressive.
Bruh, he was out here. He the reason the Gold's Gym exists, man. Here we go.
Eager. Everybody's eager about that fight. That's the only fight that Ryan wants.
Shout out Fight Hub once again.
That's
Marcos Villegas.
the only fight that Tank wants. Look, we're talking. We're talking. So
that's a start.
Yeah, it's a great start. I mean, to get to talk to the other side is a great start. So we want the fight. That's the bottom line. So
all right, so now check this out. Like from this, and I want to say he's wearing the same clothes, Danny. I really want to say he's wearing the same clothes here. So he went from saying we're talking to I don't know that he's talking anymore because he went to this.
Let's see.
It's actually not the same shirt. Okay, so that definitely makes this a little bit better, in the sense that it could have been a few days later and he's just frustrated, right? He's like, fuck it, man. They on some bullshit. Oh, I fucked up.
Yo, they're saying Oscar looks like an extra from Scarface.
Last thing, any update on Ryan and Tank negotiations?
Zero whatsoever.
But
Shout out to Ellie Setback. That is Ellie Setback reporting, asking, are there any updates with Ryan and Tank? And he said zero whatsoever.
there are talks.
Ellie just said, but there are talks. And Oscar says, hey.
We're trying to get a hold of.
And I ain't going front. He sound dumb drunk right there. He's like, hey, we're trying to get a hold of Tank's. Like, he's ready to barf at any moment right now. I'm just letting you know. So stand back.
We don't know who to talk to. Nobody.
So he's saying we don't know who to talk to.
Last thing, any update
now
on
they
Ryan
don't
and
know.
Tank negotiations?
Zero whatsoever.
But there are talks.
Hey, we're trying to get a hold of Tank's side. We don't know who to talk to. Nobody.
Now, right there.
So he said we don't know who to talk to.
Right
no
there.
one picks up the phone.
Now, right there, right?
Yes, right there.
If there's a media member out there
Just
with
a moment,
connections,
Giovanni.
to Tank, it's probably Ellie Segback.
Yes.
You mean to tell me that Ellie couldn't have got him on the phone? He got him on the phone when Ryan.
Tank?
Yeah, he got him on the phone.
Got him on the phone right there in front of Oscar.
I'm saying he got him on the phone when Ryan was on
Mike Tyson. Yeah, I mean, you don't know what Ellie did after the camera went off.
That's true. That is very true.
But we do have our first guest. The monitor's not on, Bo.
What about now?
Giovanni, we hear you. Give us unos segundos.
Can you see it now?
So what's up, man? You in Florida?
Yeah, I'm in Florida. I'm in Orlando. Can you see me yet?
Yeah, we see you perfectly. We see you perfectly. So
you got the fight coming up, obviously the 21st. Talk to us in your hometown, right, of Orlando?
Yeah, right here in Orlando, Florida.
So born and raised in Orlando?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida. My dad is from Puerto Rico and my mom is from Dominican Republic.
What? Oh, yo soy dominicano.
I got a good mix.
Yo soy dominicano
I
también.
got a good mix.
That's what's
I
up.
don't got the color. I don't got the color, though.
Oh, it's all good. It's all. But you'll tan well. I'm telling you. Us Caribbeans, we tan well. We don't get burnt.
Yeah.
So I've been actually watching you because I live in Florida. I just moved out here this year to Vegas. And, you know, I've been seeing you a little bit of you. But tell us a little of your story. How'd you get into the sport?
I got into boxing around 9 years old, 8 years old in a boxing gym. But my father and uncle used to box since they were kids. And I started training when I was like 4 to 5. Got into a boxing gym at around 9 years old, and 13 years later, now I'm a pro at 8-0.
Nice.
We did it. We finished amateurs with 78 fights. I went 67 wins and 11 losses.
So, how'd you meet Mike Leonardi?
I met Mike Leonardi through a mutual friend. So through my father. So my father is my trainer, and so is my uncle, and Juan Memo. So I have 3 trainers, and my father was in touch with a scout. And that scout put us on to Mike Leonardi. That I guess they were really good friends.
Okay. So how long ago was that?
That was, I think I've been working with Mike Leonardi for around 1.5 years, and everything's been going really, really good. He got me on the Jake Paul undercard as well. I was on the Woodley and Jake Paul undercard too.
Nice.
It was really, really nice.
How was that experience? I'm sure that must have helped you not only with exposure, but I'm assuming followers, huh?
Yeah, I think on just that weekend. So first it was in Tampa, so it was in Florida, so it was very good. I had a bunch of my fans come out and come out to support and stuff. But I think that same weekend, from Friday of weigh-ins to Sunday after the fights, I gained a total of like 200 followers in that little span of time, and it was a lot.
That's amazing.
A lot of likes. At the arena, they were treating me like if I was 20-0 already. Like I couldn't walk from a certain place without getting autographs and stuff like that. My name was on the shirts. So it was really cool.
That's amazing, man. So being out in Orlando, are you training at Evolution or do you spar there?
So we train at out of Castleberry, out of SOHK. But we go to spar with some people from Evolution. We go to spar in Kissimmee with Heart of a Warrior. We have a lot of good connections with gyms all around Florida, so we go all around to get good work.
And what is your professional weight class?
So I fight at 147. If you look on BoxRec, you'll see a lot of fights at like 150, 152, and that's normally because the fight will be at 149 or 150, and the opponent will come in 158 or 157. So for now, we're staying at 147.
And as amateur, I'm assuming 152.
Yeah, I was fighting at 152. 152 and 141 mostly.
How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot, 6'1".
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and my wingspan is like 6'3". It's like
what is your social media?
My social media is Giovanni Estella, JeovannyEstella, and that's on Twitter, social media, on Instagram and Facebook.
Oh yeah, El Rayo. So we follow you already.
Yeah,
so now there's another Rayo, but you guys are not in the same division. Have you met him?
No, I never met him, and I found out. I want to say a couple months after my dad gave me that name. I found out a mutual friend like, oh, you know, there's another Rayo, and I was like, never. And I looked it up, and he was like, real deal. I saw the Mexican fighter.
Yeah. He's trained by Jose Benavidez Sr. He trains alongside David. You know, we actually had some good experiences with him. He trained in one of our fight houses out in what is that?
San Diego, Rancho Santa Fe, near San Diego. So
that's really nice. The Rayos represent, so I'm glad to be part of it.
Yeah, Giovanni, just wanted to ask because I see that in the amateurs you fought against some notable names: Kelvin Davis, Giovanni Marquez. What other names that the public may know have you fought in the amateurs?
Or
maybe sparred with, got some professional, some rounds in with.
We have I have some good people in my gym that I ended up sparring with. His name is Omari Jones. He's number 2 in the world at his weight class, and in the amateurs in 152. And then I have another pro in my gym that he's 11-0, Steven Galliano, and we get work all the time, all of us.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Oh wow, we know Amari and I know Steven. Galliano, Galliano, isn't he with Adam Glenn? Right? I think it's Adam Glenn.
He got to be talking about a different Amari, though, which is crazy because it's the same way. I mean, he doesn't train in Florida, so how would he be getting sparring rounds with him?
Oh, he's talking Amari Estek. What's that?
Jones.
I'm talking about Amari Jones. He's out of Orlando, Florida, and he's right now in Colorado training at the Olympic camp.
Yeah, so
that's a different Amari Jones.
So we were thinking.
So he's an amateur. Yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, my Amari, the one that trains with me, Amari Jones. He's around 20 years old, 21 years old.
What weight is he at in the amateurs?
Yeah, he's talking about Omari, not Amari.
Omari, yeah.
Okay.
With an O, not Amari.
So because we know
Amari.
We know an Amari Jones
who's 154.
Who's a super welter now, but he in the amateurs he was at 52 and he was number 1 in the U.S. when he was in the amateurs. So
this one's still in the amateurs, and he wants to represent USA in 2024.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know exactly who that one is. That's Omari.
Yeah, that's Omari.
So is Elon de Jesus, right?
Yeah, I know him. He's a good friend.
Too small for you? You guys don't work, right?
Oh, wait.
Way too small, right?
Way too small. I walk around like 160, 165, and he fights at like 120, 125, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's really cool. We've trained together.
I gotta ask. I don't know if you've seen, and if you haven't, it's on our YouTube channel because we recorded it. But Shakur was sparring with Jared Anderson, so you never know these days, man. You never know.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I saw that, and I've seen a bunch of times, like either I've gone to the gym and helped someone that's bigger, or they help me. Yeah. So it's definitely possible.
Wow. So 6 feet, man. That is very interesting for the welterweight division. But how long were you at 52? Because I'm trying to calculate how many years you're gonna get out of that welterweight division.
So I was at welterweight. I think my first fight at 152, I want to say was in 2016 or 2017, and it wasn't even supposed to be at 152. I was going to a tournament, and the registration was Friday. The fight was Saturday and Sunday, so I thought I had to make weight Saturday. So we were like 145, 144 to make 141, and they made me weigh in on Friday to declare weight. So we had to go up to 152, and we won that year at 152, and we just stayed there ever since.
So someone else your height is Sebastian Fondora. Have you ever run across him? Because I know
he's my height.
Yeah, he's your height.
He's like 6'8".
Nah.
He's like 6'3", 6'4".
What?
Really?
Nah.
The one you're talking about, that just fought Lubin?
Yeah. He's going to make me check my pictures now. He's crazy. He's not that big.
Go check. I think minimum right now, like honest, I think he's like 6'5".
No way. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, bro. Cause
BoxRec got him at 6'5.5".
Yeah, but don't look that up. Go to our pictures because you know I'm legit 6'5".
No, but here's the thing: pictures are very deceiving because I'm only 5'10", and I got a picture next to Deontay Wilder where we're like this.
Come on, you talking about an old picture?
But I'm just saying, people crouch down, people slouch. I'm just saying that
he just fought
Lubin.
He just fought Erickson Lubin out of the gym that I train at.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So do you and Hammer get any rounds in, or have you guys got any?
No, I've never got any rounds with him. Especially he hasn't been in the gym at least at my location in a while, but he still trains with that head coach that I train with too.
Who,
as well.
Jason Galarza?
Yeah. I train at that gym with Jason Galarza, with my father and my other 2 coaches.
Okay, so do you get any work with his son? What is it, Dennis?
No, Dennis goes in. Dennis goes in to train, but he's back into like getting back into shape right now.
Okay.
That's good. So at least there's a couple decent names out there that you can, get at least some experience from, whether it's just verbal, because they've been through certain situations already, man.
Yeah, they helped me out a lot. The whole team is very helping. A lot of them have been pros for 5 or plus years, and they tell me what decisions they've made already, and for me to learn from that.
So being with Mike Leonardi, man, are you not going to take advantage of his beautiful facility here in Las Vegas?
Listen, that's what we were just talking about because I just fought 2 weeks ago. Yeah. We got a 6-round knockout in Orlando, and now I fight in 2 more weeks to hopefully do the same. And we were talking about in September me going out to Vegas. So this is gonna be my first time ever going to Vegas, other than a fight in nationals with Kelvin Davis once. So this will be the first time I go over there for a training camp.
Nice, man. Well, we look forward to meeting you. You will enjoy it over here. It's a one-stop shop. This has a state-of-the-art, boxing facility. I think the ring is like 24 feet. It's sponsored by Venom.
Nice.
So the bags are amazing. The turnbuckles are amazing, I swear. But then they have strength and conditioning facility right there. But for me, the best part is it has like 4 showers, bro. Gyms usually don't have showers, man. Not boxing gyms. And I hate getting in my car sweaty. So I can't wait for you to test it out, man. It's going to be great for you. Plus, I know he's got Jamal Pemberton Bo, is it? Or is it Jamal?
Yeah, I just saw him. I met him in person. I was at his pro debut in Orlando.
Right.
What's his weight? Because he's as tall as you. That's a big boy.
Yeah, he's right now. Well, he's not. He's a little taller than me. He's like 6'2", 6'3". I met him in person, and he's a lot taller than what I thought. Like when I saw him in pictures, and then when I saw him in person, he's like a good 2-3 inches. He made me feel short. And yeah, he's a cool guy. He fights at 160, I want to say, and he probably walks around like 175, 170 something.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So some possible work there. Yeah, he's listed as 6'3". So
yeah, man. Especially if you come over here, maybe you can get some of that work with Fundura. I mean, not to say that you want it, and not to say that you would travel.
No.
Not to say that you would travel, but he is in California somewhere. I think it's like, what is it, Danny? The Valley?
Forget. Yeah, he close by. He's close by.
But they're in a private facility as well. His father built them a gym in the backyard after COVID, and they haven't stopped training in there.
Yeah, that's really good. COVID stopped a lot.
Yeah. So any siblings?
So I'm the youngest out of 5 siblings. None of them are athletes. None of them do sports, but all of them have their own jobs and stuff like that. But I'm the youngest out of 5.
Wow, so you're the one that chose boxing. Everyone else is like traditional.
Yeah, everybody else is traditional. They work. Some of them work the 9 to 5. Some of them work other jobs. And I chose boxing. I chose a tough sport to play, to be fighting in.
So, do they give you like those, oh man, you need to get a real job, or are they supportive?
Nah, none of them. None of them give me the like crap about getting a real job and stuff like that. All of them like are very supportive, and my whole family is very supportive. I got a huge family. I got like 4 or 5 aunts and uncles, and all of them have 4 or 5 kids. So like I have a whole bunch of cousins and stuff like that. So when we do go to fight, we fill out the crowd with all my fans, family, and friends.
So then,
so all of them are supportive. They all look at me like the golden child because I'm professional, undefeated. They all really supportive.
So basically, you would say that come the 21st is gonna be a lot of people in attendance for you.
Oh yeah, always. Every time we fight, we pack out of the house with our crowd. And like once we fight in Orlando and our fight's over, you'll see like a good quarter of those people start leaving the thing, or like right after my fight, you'll see like a whole bunch of people waiting in line for pictures, and we come out with the whole family. We're taking pictures and stuff. It's like for a good hour after the fight.
Well, look, I know that a lot of your friends and family and people may be upset that he beat Elvis Rodriguez, but Kenny Sims' main event that night. He's a hell of a fighter. So that's how I knew you were fighting that night, because you sent me the thing. I'm like, oh shit, that's gonna be a good card then, because obviously knowing you and seeing what you've done thus far, definitely looking forward to it.
But Giovanni, man, we do have our next guest here in studio. I want to ask you to go ahead and give out your social media in case anyone doesn't follow you, they can do so. And please direct them anywhere. If you said you're fighting in 2 weeks, if you know anywhere where they can buy tickets or how they can see the fight, please let our audience know.
All right, my social media is Giovanni Estella, JeovannyEstella on all social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can get my tickets to the fights or even the live on it on my bio and my Instagram. They're gonna be selling it on Ticketmaster. So it's going to be August 21st on Sunday on the Bally Sports Card.
All right, Giovanni, man. Like I said, we look forward to meeting you here in person and, welcoming you to Las Vegas.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you,
brother. Do your thing.
If you're tuned in with us now, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. To put this episode in the eyes of other boxing fans, we're going to be bringing in Samuel Arnold and Dewey Cooper in the studio in a few seconds. So we'll be right back with our two guests.
12 years. I never expected it to turn out like this.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Shout out to the community, man. I appreciate y'all.
What's happening, people? Info Joe, Los Angeles, in the building.
Adrian, the problem rolling, the man from the frozen tundra.
Keem, straight out of Florida. Liz Lowe, Decatur, Georgia.
You already know what it is. It's the Queen, Martha K, Detroit. Stand up.
David Maldonado, New York City. Yo, Nuss, don't cut me off, man. Don't cut me off.
King Amin of Essex, catch me for them championship rounds.
Big Super Mac, Plainview, Texas.
Davidian in Buffalo. God bless you all.
In Jesus' name.
Without Chai, it ain't nothing. Without the callers, it ain't nothing, man.
Bad Girl, TKO, San Diego, California.
Big Fish Vegas, Palm Beach, Florida.
Intrigued the Incredible, straight out the ATL. James Benitez, Huntsville, Alabama. It ain't hating, it's just the truth.
Show Kid, Mount Vernon, New York, suckers.
SDS Promotions.
Coach Midday from London, UK.
Let's go! I'm ready!
Checking in from Tennessee, it's Lethal James, P-A-Y-N-E. It's lethal.
Line 6 Reed, just spreading that boots gospel.
Bo from Bama, only in America.
Well, I'm a true attestation to the American dream.
King Born, Crown Heights, Brooklyn. You heard? 4 chicken wings and french fries, breakfast and champions. Let's get to it.
JT, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Stuff like that.
Yo, TVV, this Coach J-Mac. New Orleans, Louisiana, 504, baby.
What have you?
C. Y. E.
California.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for some.
This is the #1 pound for pound and 2 division champion, Marvin the Tank Furman from Dallas, Texas.
Mr. DBC, baby.
LV Southern, from DC to Stunt City, Bomb Squad.
Brandon Maurice, aka the AJ Trucking, straight out of Cincinnati, baby.
Math 100, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Chickarelli, Hollywood, California.
Louis Reyes, Boston, Mass. Yo, drop that SDS shit,
This
son.
message was brought to you by SDS Promotions.
The voice of the people. There is no equal. You can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. TheBoxingVoice.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Boxing Voice Radio. And in this morning, we have in studio Samuel Arnold and Coach Dewey Cooper in the building. I want to thank both of you for coming over here early in the morning. And, yeah, man, this is the victory lap. You got the big win. Last time we talked, you were going into this fight, and you definitely did exactly what you needed to do. And we're very gracious and thankful that you guys both came back and did that victory lap, not only with us, but with our audience. So take us back to that moment, man. Take us back to that night.
Well, that fight was my 6th professional fight, another step-up fight. I was supposed to step up in the amount of rounds that I was fighting, but the guy, he was coming off a loss. But they really, he one of those guys where his record don't define him, because the reason why they matched me against him, because he was the type of guy who he had upsetted like 5 undefeated prospects, and he gave a lot of guys draws and losses who was undefeated, and you know, he was the guy with the ugly record who people wanted to keep their prospects away from him. His reputation was to knock out tall fighters. So, you know, those like my.
So you went into that fight with that on your mind, knowing that he was a dangerous opponent?
Well, for me, I didn't feel like he was dangerous because I felt like those other guys wasn't like on my level. But I seen like the guy's skill set, but I didn't take him lightly at all, though.
Now the fight did go a decision though, so you you were cautious.
Yeah, because after I put him down twice in the first 2 rounds, and actually I really knocked him out in the second round with 2 body shots. He was screaming and stuff on the ground, and they gave him a very long count. But they told
What do you mean long count? Because obviously we couldn't see it. Explain what were you going through and what were you seeing?
I seen him when he was on the ground. They started like early on the count. It was, like usually once the guy's on the ground, he tell me to walk back to the corners like 3, 4, but it was like 1, 2, and the guy, he was screaming, he was rolling around and stuff. So it was like he was done. But then again, Sam Watson them was a little late to the fight, so they was like they wanted me to display my skills in the corner and stuff. So I just wanted to show everybody I could box as well.
Okay, so basically you did a Triple G. Coach, he's saying he carried him a little bit. He said, "Hold up, I can't pull the curtain on this one. I gotta show him what I got to the rest of the world." Right. Okay.
Well, the guy he fought was tough, durable guy. At the weigh-in, he went through some adversity. He pushed S3, real crazy shove. The fight almost got canceled because it was damn near a riot because of that. But it was a great learning experience for him at his young age. The knockdown with the body shots.
I did see that. You posted it.
The knockdown with the body shots, yeah, the referee's at 6'7". The guy's still laying on the ground yelling and holding his ribs and stuff. I thought it was going to get stopped. We had already started celebrating, but it didn't. The guy got up and, dug deep within himself and tried to make it a fight. S3 dominated him, but yeah, it was very close to being a stoppage, but he got the experience in against a tough, durable guy, and on to the next one. We're happy with the performance. He looks stellar, and he's constantly improving, and in the next few months, he'll be doing it again.
So, being as though he went 4, obviously that has to be part of the plan because, the fight was scheduled for 4, so you could knock him out or you could go to decision. How soon is S3 ready to get back in the ring, in your opinion?
I mean, he's ready in the next 4 weeks, but it'll probably be more like 6 to 7 weeks. He trains all the time. The thing about S3, and all you young fighters should be listening up, he ain't out getting drunk all the time. He doesn't smoke. He don't do none of these type of things that could shorten your career in the long run or give you bad habits to get in the worst things in the long run as your popularity grow and as your money increases. So, He's a great young guy. He's in the gym all the time, so it's not about fighting for him. He could fight, like I said, in 3 or 4 weeks. It's about making the weight and continually developing in the gym, and that's exactly what he's doing.
So is the weight an issue for you? I mean, obviously being a young, growing man.
Sometimes, but it's mainly because of sometimes I start too late cutting away, but now how we did it is we didn't worry about coming right back to boxing or anything like that. We got in shape first, start training with the mitts and stuff, and then we're going to start boxing from there. So my weight pretty good now. I'm already on the diet now ahead of camp.
Weight's not the issue, but if you do like a short time fight, of course, all that is considered. So you always have to take your weight in consideration because we don't want them to be a slave to this and have to eat clean all the time and salads and, vegan, blah, we want them to be able to have a snack if you want to. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's not an issue, but you do have to eat very clean when you're in fight camp anyway. These are all good habits that every fighter should do. Once the camp starts, shit gets real, so you're supposed to cancel out anything that you do that's not advantageous for your improvement, and diet is one of those things.
So I was just on the phone with Ken Porter, man, and he was saying, one time Sean didn't do what he had to do, and we had to cut his braids at the weigh-in.
I remember that.
That was the Ugas fight.
What's your thoughts on that situation? What if you are on the scale? You I can't go down. You telling your dad and your coach, that's it. I can't make no more.
They gave you the
hour. They gave you the hour.
And I just want to remind you that was a title defense.
Yeah.
So you ain't just fighting for 4 rounders. This was a title fight. You on the scale. Your draws is on the ground. You already done dropped draws. They gotta cut your dreads.
For real. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, I didn't almost got to that point as an amateur. Like, I've been boxing a long time. Sacrifice. Dreads to grow back, but like fights and winning, that's opportunities that's only gonna come one time. So it is what it is for real.
How much extra weight do you think you got?
Like if I got down to like a certain point.
No, he's saying
I'm talking about in your hair because you know Omar Douglas had pretty long dreads too. He never cut his. He never had to cut his.
But listen, that's not gonna happen. We're gonna make the weight. We're gonna do what we're supposed to do before the fight. There's methods to make sure you're making weight, and there's target points that we have each week where his weight should be, and we can tell if there's gonna be a problem early in camp, and we make the goddamn adjustment. Cut calories, fucking run more, do 15, 20 extra minutes on the rope a day, whatever the fuck you gotta do, so you don't have to go Shaolin monk and shave your head. So that ain't gonna be an issue because we're gonna nip all that in the bud early in camp and make sure we're at the target weights we're supposed to be. And that's what has happened thus far in his career. 6 times done it right. We don't plan on fucking up in the future. If anything, it's gonna get more efficient in the future as we go. Because guys, one thing you boxing guys aren't thinking about, it's probably much harder to make weight when you have a 4-round fight versus an 8, 10, 12-round fight because you got to do more work. We're not training like we're getting ready for a 10-round fight. So the work's gonna it's gonna multiply as the rounds go up. Therefore, it should be a bit easier to make weight. He ain't sparring 10 rounds at the gym for a 4-round fight. So if he has an 8-round fight, he's doing 8, 9 rounds of sparring. You know, he's going to burn more calories. Thus, the weight shouldn't be a problem.
Coach, speaking of calories, I heard Sam say that, you know, now he comes in early kind of for a pre-camp and you guys do more pad work. So would you say that pad work, and I also heard you suggest doing longer time on the rope, meaning jump rope.
Yes.
Are those exercises that you would recommend for a person to lose weight?
Absolutely. For sure. You know, not to switch tangents, but you guys all remember the Francis Ngannou, my UFC fighter, Francis Ngannou, heavyweight UFC heavyweight champion.
He met Wilder the other day. Were you there?
No doubt. Well, I was actually in the PI. Wilder's training in the UFC Apex in the morning, so I'm at the same time, but I'm training my guys. Anyway, remember Francis had got in shape very early for that gun fight. Luckily, he did because he blew his knee out 3 weeks before. So for 3 weeks, he couldn't run, train, jump, or nothing. But luckily, he had been doing road work every day like us boxers do. And he was hitting that rope 45 minutes a day. His weight was about 15 to 17 pounds lighter than what it normally is. Because we know Gunn move well, so we want to make sure he was light and mobile. Luckily, we did this shit because when he blew his knee out, had he been 270-some pounds, we'd have been in trouble because knee's already injured. The heavier you are, the worse, less mobility he would have had. So anyway, absolutely, the jump rope is a really good way to really get that weight down early in camp when you still got the energy, you still mentally locked in. At the beginning of the camp, you all rah, ready to go. Those are things we should do, and that's what we're doing with him this camp. Not because weight's an issue, just because, you know, this guy, S3 is a lifetime boxer since he's a little kid, so he ain't gonna take too much time off the gym and not train. So we're just gonna be smarter with the way we train. Not too much sparring right now until we're officially locked in and just train hard, work on the mechanics, and just sweat equity, man. Putting that time in, that shit makes a difference later on in the future.
Coach, I gotta.
Can I follow up, please?
Go ahead.
Would you say one is better than the other? I know you're probably gonna, as a trainer, you're gonna say, no, I recommend my fighter to do both. But is jump rope, can you burn more calories jumping rope than you can doing a 3-4 mile run? And would you recommend that over the run for knees?
No, I'm old school. I hate to say it. The jump rope is probably a more efficient way, but fuck that, man. Ray Robinson did it. Muhammad Ali did it. Fucking, Mayweather Jr. still does it. Running, to me, is the most important thing. And of course, if you have injuries, go swim. Get on the elliptical, go to air down, whatever you got to do to burn calories. But I like to pay tribute to the ancestors and to the greats of yesteryear. The guys on the internet and didn't make, several million a fight. If Ray Robinson was out there pounding that pavement, our ass should be too. I ran for an hour straight just yesterday, didn't I? So there's probably more efficient ways, but just for the refuge of boxing history, you should be pounding that pavement as much as possible. Unless, of course, the doctor says you're injured, save your knees, go run the track, run the fucking treadmill, run somewhere, man. To me, running is the most important factor.
Coach, so a few things for me. For you, do you feel that you have to not just run, but to work out to keep up with your fighters?
Yeah, I do, because I have a lot of them, guys. I got guys from 8:30 this morning till 6:30 tonight, and I got a lot of MMA guys with fights coming up. I'm leaving for London Friday. Bubba Jenkins is fighting the PFL playoffs.
Shout out Bubba
next
Jenkins.
week.
Shout out
ESPN, and he looking phenomenal. We're real proud of Bubba, aren't we? S3.
Yeah, we are. He's sharp. He real sharp.
But you have to, and especially the way we train, we work hard. How I'm gonna tell him to go hard and do all this shit if I can't even, run a mile?
No, I'm asking Coach because it's something we don't really see trainers do too
You ran
often.
outdoors that hour?
No, I did the treadmill yesterday.
Okay.
I did an hour on the bike and an hour on the treadmill. But I normally do run outside. It was just the time. And by the way, guys, S3, not to take his interview, he's growing, man. He's hitting way harder. He's way stronger. Way stronger. He's hitting so hard now, it's crazy. So a guy like me, us coaches, better stay in shape, man, because one thing we don't like to do is make guys not use their full power. We're trying to increase that power every fight, every camp. So you got to be in shape.
And that endurance, too.
Yeah, and the endurance, the way these guys are hitting, I'm telling
If
you.
you can't keep up on the pads, Coach.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to always be able to keep up, and when I can, I'm out of this camp. But this guy, I'm telling you guys, in the last 6 months, his powers went up twice. It's magnified twice, and it showed in the last fight. He was just touching this dude who never even goes down. The guy went down twice off of shots that normally he wouldn't fall down.
I was impressed because he upset one of my guys in devastating fashion. So I knew who he was before he fought you.
Right.
And I'd seen him fight other, up and comers too. So I was impressed. How did it feel for you though? Obviously 2 big stages back to back. You got Cowboy Stadium, 40,000 people in attendance. I was one of them. And then obviously to go back to Texas, this time San Antonio, Alamo Dome, such a historic venue. What was that like for you?
Man, it was just really like a dream come true, really, and it really just made the fight so much better when the dude pushed me, and then it was like, oh, what you gonna do about it type stuff. So it just made the statement like even bolder. Like,
was it hard for you to keep your composure?
Not at all. I mean, how I think about it like a job that somebody give me, and then I just gotta handle it. So I mean,
yeah, but like this my job.
Yeah.
If he pushed the shit out of me, I don't know that I wouldn't smack him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or want to at least.
I think he
100%.
understands that boxing, that that's part of the job description.
Cause dude, that wasn't the first thing they did. You got to think this hotel was a nice hotel that they put us in, but all the boxers stand there. Frank Martin, my opponent, his opponent, the main event guys, everybody in here. So I mean, he already had a like an altercation with my dad like right before the weigh-ins that he tried to start something with him on the elevator. So I mean, I knew it was gonna be something. At first, I was telling myself I was kind of mad making weight. So I was like, man, this dude pushed me. I'm gonna punch him in the face. Then I was like, I had to be smart about it. So I just stayed calm. I kind of sensed something like that was gonna happen. So I just stayed calm and was like. And Sam Watson and all the commission and all the premier boxing people, they really respected that more than me reacting to it too. So
and tell them they want to cancel the fight.
Yeah, they did. They actually did cancel the fight, but Sam Watson came over to like, nah, don't scratch the fight. Don't scratch the fight.
Yeah. So the commission was trying to cancel it.
Yeah, because they thought that I did something too. Like they thought we had a fight.
They just automatically thought
because
the
it got
young
wild.
black male wild out.
Oh, man.
Yo, it's crazy because I was in that same hotel last summer when Charlo fought Castaño the first time, and they had the shit, the scuffle at the weigh-in, but that was worse. That took minutes. It led into the hallway, and I'm like, in the back of my mind, that's all I'm thinking. I'm like, damn, did I just fly to San Antonio to not watch an undisputed fight?
Wow.
You know, so Coach,
definitely a learning moment. Then,
absolutely,
you know, and I seen that you posted the shove. It was very aggressive, and you kept. I think your arms were behind your back as well, right?
Man.
Like you kept your hands behind your back.
Yeah, something like that. I think. Yeah.
And he's lucky he didn't get hurt because he was a little too relaxed in that situation.
Yeah,
man.
So he wasn't ready to embrace the
definitely
push.
not. So learning experience next time. At least stand a little caddy corner in your stance.
That reminds me of Tank. Didn't he push Barrio? No, he pushed Rolly off the stage.
But he kind of just.
Yeah,
but it was enough.
Yeah, it was enough. No,
he's saying stand your ground because you never know. And Tank caught him slipping.
You can submerge the impact.
Absolutely, Coach. So is that something that you tell? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. When I see a fighter weigh in, or not weigh in, but after they weigh in, you know, you got your face off. I find it crazy when fighters are facing off in flip flops a bit. I see them in socks sometimes, barefoot.
Yeah,
I'm like they don't know what to expect.
I'm like, yo, do we see shit pop off sometimes? Yeah. Is it often? No, but. Still, like, if I'm a fighter, I don't know that I want to take that chance.
Remember Crawford Benavidez? Yeah. That was crazy.
Worse than that, way back in time, Riddick Bowe punched the shit out of someone at a weigh-in. It was crazy, man, right here in Vegas.
But wasn't it Lennox and Mike start fighting on the stage?
Oh, yeah. And by the way, Lennox landed a little something. It kind of stumbled.
1-2. He hit him with the 1-2. It was, oh, man.
Coach, you brought him up. I can't not follow up with it. Who Francis fighting, man? They talking about Fury. We just seen him with Wilder. John Jones talking about he coming back.
Yes, while nothing's official.
And then the UFC, I feel like ain't even treating my mans right. So what talk to us, Coach.
Well, the world will know in 2023 early. He will be fighting in early 2023.
In an octagon or in a boxing ring?
Well, we'll see. He
ain't saying 23 for no reason.
We'll see. But you know, he's happy. He's rehabbing. We already started our boxing training. Everything's going well. So 2023 will be a really big year for him and a really big profitable year for him.
Coach, obviously you've accomplished a lot, but I just want to know, like, what's it like for you to – you've had your champions in boxing, you have, and then obviously in the UFC as well, to get recognition in both sports, you know, seeing other legends like you got fucking Izzy. I'm sorry, I just had a brain fart, but you know, I've seen you with Izzy, I've seen you with Habib, I've seen you with a lot of these UFC greats. What's it like to get that recognition from both sports?
In the martial arts world, I'm really popular because that's what I did. I was a kickboxing champion. I was inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2008. Martial Arts Masters of Hall of Fame. So all them dudes know me. A lot of them dudes used to watch me fight when they were kids. So it's cool. But all I really care about, man, is the guys that I'm working with and their improvement and us winning. I tell people all the time, man, we on some Bill Belichick shit. We trying to win, and that's all I care about is the guys that I work with who rock with me and who, when their career is over, will be able to say, hey, man, Black Cobra helped me out. Thanks for the help. That's all I care about, man. I don't do this for nothing else. I'm a real live martial artist. Like I say on every interview, I'm a train every day with or without any fighters. If I had no fighters, I'd be getting up this morning, getting my martial arts training in and heading to the gym to train. The kids are somebody. So it's great that all these guys you name, you know, recognize me as the coach and show me love. But I do it for something internal that I want to express exteriorly out to the world. And anybody like S3 or Bubba Jenkins or Twilight Timmy or Francis Ngannou or Carlos Takam, any Jamie Miracle Mitchell, any of these guys that want to rock out with me, it's an honor and a pleasure for me. And we're going to keep doing the best we can do to keep winning fucking fights.
Let's go.
I got James Valdez in San Antonio, Texas for S3. Says, your last fight was in my hometown of San Antonio. How was your experience fighting in the Alamo Dome? We have some serious boxing fans in Texas. Now, I know he just kind of asked you something like that, but if there's anything you want to add.
Was there anything that stood out about the fans? Because obviously you've had to experience the last two fights to see those Texas fans, and they some diehards down there.
Yeah.
You from Texas, though, right?
Originally St. Louis, but
you live in Texas.
Yeah, I live in Dallas though. So San Antonio and Dallas pretty different, but I mean it was pretty calm. It was just like fighting at the Cowboy Stadium, but kind of smaller and, you know, a little more lenient with the route, like, you know.
So would you say that Cowboy Stadium kind of set you up for big fights.
Yeah.
So like everything else is falling under that. So
Right.
kind of like you know what to expect because you've been on a bigger stage.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
I gotta ask you because we hear it in other sports. So for you as a fighter, you have obviously you spar in the gym and you fought in small venues. Is it different? Like, is it harder to adjust when you're fighting in a stadium? Because I know with like college basketball, when they do the games in the stadium, they do it the opposite way because they say, you know, if you do it you got a small basketball court in this big stadium, your perception won't be spot on. Like you won't be able to really see things the way it's supposed. Did you have to adjust at all fighting in the stadium, or was it just like any other fight?
For real, what really helped me is my amateur background, fighting in big stadiums and fighting on a high level as an amateur, and just really being in the ring with everybody for real and sparring. So when I first stepped foot in the ring and was walking to the ring at Cowboy Stadium, it was like an unreal moment. But I was just like, "Oh, we here, so let's just do it." You know, I knew the guy couldn't beat me, so it kind of. That moment right there, once I got over that, like you said, everything else just like fell under that because Cowboy Stadium, it was huge, and I actually had a good number of people all around the stadium watching me as well.
I got Big Casual that says, "What's up, champ? What's a fight around your weight class you think can be eventually a big fight for you in the future?"
Well, in boxing, nothing is guaranteed, so I'm gonna just keep winning coming up, but hopefully, I don't know, really, for real. It's a lot of good guys around my weight, but nobody in particular, really.
But the answer to that question is whoever the champion is, once he builds, gets up there, he's up in the top 10. Whoever the champion is, of course, that's going to be the biggest fight and what he's looking for.
Because we don't turn down nothing. Like, they can come with whoever they want to. Like, for real, we don't turn down nothing.
But it's a progression like every other fighter had. Once he develops and gets up there, of course, he's looking for the strap. So whoever got it at that time, this is going to get him up.
Yeah.
I got to ask you guys, being as though obviously you're here in Vegas and you come and train out here in Vegas, the whole Hasim Rahman, Jake Paul situation, who's to blame in your eyes, Sam?
Really, I'm going to let Coach answer this because he know more about it. I really haven't been keeping up with it, but I think it was like because Rahman couldn't make weight or something like that.
Correct.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's on him.
All right.
Coach,
well, you know, I know in-depth things about what happened. All I will say, first of all, it's a shame that the fight didn't happen. Number one, it's a shame Rahman didn't get that bag because a fight like that is all about the bag. You know, you're fighting a guy with 3-4 fights and making $600,000-700,000 for it. I mean, that's crazy. You got to get that money. I'm not going to place blame on either guy, but when in real life, and this is not just about boxing, this is about anything in fucking real life, man. We got to have accountability and integrity for what we do. Once we agree with something, regardless how weird it is or how strange or how outside the box it is, once we say, I'm with that, and sign for it, or shake for it, or look a person or look a man around his fucking eye and say, I'm going to do it, you stick to it. You know, I hate to be sound like some old dude from the 1920s, but that's the fact. Ain't no other way. So if they made an agreement that a weight has to be made at a certain time during the schedule of the fight, that's what it needs to be. So whoever violated the original agreement is the one who's at fault, and we'll let the world figure that out. Right. I know both guys. I trained Hasim Rahman Jr. He's a great guy. He's a sweetheart of a guy. I trained BJ Flores for his last boxing fight. I was in camp with Jake Paul for 2 of his camps. Jake Paul in real life is real cool, chill guy. His public image and the way he treats his boys are totally different. So I actually like Jake Paul too. And it's funny, the way
it just came out this morning too, Coach, that because the fight was canceled, that he's actually paying every fighter on the undercard half of their purse.
Yeah, I mean, you can't beat that, especially canceled a week before the fight or whatever. So normally you have to make weight to get paid. So he didn't have to pay nobody shit. He could have been like, yo, I'm out. So for him to do that is a real gracious thing. you know, Jake's a good guy. Hasim Rodman's a great guy. It's too bad it didn't happen because that was a real interesting fight. I normally pick the fights pretty accurately, and even that fight had me saying, man, Hasim should be able to win it because of the size, experience, and pedigree and being a second-generation boxer. But Jake Paul had a serious chance in that fight. So it was a real intriguing fight, and I wish it would have happened because it would have proved a lot of things to all of us that love the sport of boxing. It would have proved to us if Jake Paul really belonged in it or not. And for the financial things he's doing, he's definitely doing the right things for people. So it's good to have Jake Paul around for at least a little longer.
No, why do you think he's receiving so much hate? It's Jake's fault. Jake didn't really want this fight. I knew this fight wasn't going to happen. I knew Jake was going to find a way out of it. And I can't think of another circumstance where the A side renegotiates a contract 3 times and still gets blamed. Yeah. He sent the 190-pound contract. Yes. They said, no way we can make that. He said, cool, 200. They accepted that. Then the commission says, no, 200 is absurd. He won't make it in time. Give him 205. Jake sends over 205 again. Rockman's team calls over, says 215 or nothing. Jake pulls out, and it's his fault. Yes, I don't understand this.
One thing I'll say real quick about that, it was 3 different negotiations. Floyd made the A and B side very popular. Before that, we all knew about it, but the public didn't know about it. They thought every fight was just up and equal. Up. The commission decides the size of the ring, gloves, etc. Anyway, we know about the A and B side. So all I can say about that, and I'm not just on Jake Paul's side about this. I'm neutral. I'm on some Switzerland shit. But if you're the A side, man, you can't call the B side, can't call the A side and say what he's not gonna fucking do. That's the bottom line. You can't tell someone, if you, whatever the agreement was, you can't say, no, I'm not gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Because at that point, the A side has the veto and power, and that's exactly what happened. So I agree with you on that.
What about the theatrics, Coach? What about everything that he did after? Does that help him? Because I know, right now it means nothing, but public perception, does the public still push Jake to fight Rockman because he came within 1 pound of the 205?
I mean, I think that was a brilliant move by Hasim and his camp, but it's to no avail. Who cares? You made 206. The fucking fight ain't happening now. So I appreciate the effort, but you should just agree to 205 and made 206 and had an hour to drop the last pound and see if you can make it. Why do it when the fight's canceled? I understand. So it shows that they feel like Jake Paul pulled out early and all of that, but once the fight's canceled, it's canceled. Go back up to 220 now. It don't make sense to me. I wish the fight would happen, but like I said, when you kind of fuck up with the A side, he don't got to make the fight with you. He can make the fight with anybody in the world. We all paid money to see him fight a wrestler. You know what I mean? Think about that. We all paid twice to see him fight Tyrone Woodley. So he could get any boxer and fight
I
him.
didn't think Woodley was going to lose. I ain't going to front.
Man. I knew he would. Both times.
But think about that for a second. A dude that picks up boxing at 21 can beat a career combat sports athlete.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, but Willie, even though he has knockouts, he was more of a wrestler. He does strike, but his wrestling is what makes his strike. But
coach, as a coach, wouldn't it be easier for you to mold a dude that's already a fighter versus a dude that's a fucking Disney star?
Yes, absolutely. But we forget Willie was already 40, had already been on a downward spiral with his career and already accepted losses, several losses in the UFC previous. Once you get privy to losing, it becomes habit forming. That's why you see a lot of fighters late in their career start stacking up losses. They are fighting younger prospects and better guys, but once you lose several times, it's easier to start losing more. And it's just an unfortunate thing in fighting. So it was timing and brilliance of Jake Paul and them guys to choose Tyron out of all the UFC ex-champions or former champions.
Okay, man.
So, Coach, who would you like to see Jake fight? Like, realistically, given everything, man. I mean, for a guy who is going into their 6th professional fight, like, who would be a good opponent for you?
I would love to see him. And by the way, this is only because the Hakeem Rockman Jr. fight didn't work. Who you got to fight now? The guy that just beat Hakeem Rockman Jr., another second-generation fighter, Tommy Morrison's son. Let's go. That's the fight that should be made.
Lil Rock said, he's like, we got the same manager. If he really wanted to fight the guy coming off the win, he would have fought him.
No, he should have chose Rockman. I would have chose Rockman too if I were his handlers.
Yeah, you got the legendary name.
Yeah, but since that didn't go down, now step up and fight the guy that beat Rockman, and then that closes all the discussion. Not saying he beats him. I'm saying
but that dude was a real heavyweight, and he had 19 KOs plus he knocked out Rockman. Like. Only reason I'm fighting Rockman as Jake is because I'm bringing him down. What I'm gonna go fight a real heavyweight?
Yeah,
for?
but if Morrison can make the weight, I'm saying things gotta be right. Get him down to 205 and fight a real live one, or Tommy Fury. That's the fight I want to see anyway.
I don't know that. I guess, man. Maybe white America knows Morrison's name more, but I think the Rockman fight was bigger than Morrison, regardless of the win.
Yeah. Rockman is definitely a big fight. That's what I'm saying. The guy, if you beat the guy that beat Rockman, then all that is definitely over. You know what I mean? If not, you gotta figure out a way to run that Rockman fight again. But when you're the B side, and the A side has all the leverage, there's certain demands you can't make if you want to get that paper and get that money.
What was the mountain that you had my man S3 running up the other day?
S3, every Saturday we go do a mountain run. We do different ones, Lavelle Canyon, Lee Canyon, and Mount Charleston, or a good old-fashioned Red Rock Loop. And they did a 7-mile run at the Red Rock Loop.
Oh, wow.
How was that for you, S3?
It was really extremely hard. Not really just, because I haven't ran the mountain or nothing, but it's just me, getting back. And when you boxing and training and stuff, it's really like a mindset. So, the focus of being able to run 7 miles straight, just you and your thoughts and music and just running through here. You get up this mountain, you think, oh, this the end right here. Then you see 3 more hills. So it was hard, but it was good though. We used to it really.
Yeah, it was a beautiful run. It's a spiritual run.
How long?
It was hot as hell, so it was good for him.
7 miles, all the way around.
No, the entire loop is 12 and a half miles.
Holy smokes!
And how long did it take?
It's funny.
On average for everyone.
I normally time it, but this time I didn't because we had so many people. We had some female MMA fighters with us. Jamie Miracle Mitchell ran it. Big old heavyweight Carlos Taco was on his ass the whole time.
But that's not even paved. It's rocky, right?
Oh yeah, it's hills, it's mountainous.
Yeah, it's rocky.
It's a vicious run.
We was running on a street pavement type.
Oh,
setup.
So y'all ran the street.
Yeah,
y'all don't go in the. Okay.
No.
Because they got trails in there.
Yeah, they do. First Creek, we do all those trails, but the trails are dangerous for fighters in camp
because of the ankles.
Yeah, ankles. You don't want to twist nothing. And the Red Rock Loop, guys. First of all, it's a beautiful scenery.
Yeah,
it's paved one way, so it's very safe to run. When you run, a lot of guys go to Red Rock or Mount Charleston. They run on the side of the road. We just never know if a dude been drinking all night, speeding through the hills in his Ferrari, so I have to be careful.
That's why you got the car trailing, coach.
Yeah, but that's illegal. Now cops give you tickets for that if the car's
really
trailing. Absolutely. You have to pull at Lee Canyon, you have to pull to the next thing and wait.
The next. I know. I know exactly what you're talking about.
We do it, but they will ticket you for that shit now. But Red Rock Loop is beautiful. It's paved. It's one way traffic. It's a beautiful run.
When the next time you said Saturday?
Every Saturday we do it.
Yeah, and you guys doing Red Rock this Saturday or something different?
Red Rock's supposed to be Lee. This Saturday is Lee Canyon, Mount Charleston.
Okay.
The one that everybody that ran.
Yeah, so no, I want to go because I've been to that one. Next time you guys go to Red Rock, I want to go.
What you gonna do? You gonna ride in the car, Danny?
Absolutely.
Shots fired.
No. Absolutely. Let me tell you, I got so nice with the fucking ride up to Mount Charleston. I used to be the trailing car and fucking recording at the same time. I was nice with that shit, man.
My boy.
You know what I'm saying? But I've never been.
7 miles. I can't last. What pace you running? Do you use like a Map My Fitness or something to know how fast you're going?
Actually, it's no phone signal back there.
Yeah.
So. I
wonder if that works.
The time when I start, I take a picture.
He ain't running slow, He's moving.
I see what's the time. So it's a nice mountain. So I'll be like, all right, I'll take a picture of this mountain. That was it. 11:54. Then I get done. I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, the thing is, I haven't run with a bunch of smaller guys that run really fast.
They run real fast. Like the MMA guys, they run real fast. Like I feel like on the track, I could outrun
you did.
them. Yeah, I did easy.
Wednesday we did sprints. He outran everybody.
Yeah.
You almost lapped them dudes.
Yeah, I did. But I feel like running long distance, they pretty fast though. They got
and then I'm sure too.
See, I can't go if y'all running fast long distance. I'm slow. I'm like a 10 pace, man.
Yeah.
If I use the app, I'm going 10. 9, I'm on a good day.
Nah, and let me tell you, that fucking Mount Charleston, bro. When you get to the top and you see where they started, you just like looking down like
you done ran like 5,000 feet.
Yeah, nah, your ears gonna be popping and shit. You gonna think you taking off on the plane, but.
So Sam, I want to get your thoughts, man. Do you think Jake or anyone that starts at 21 can turn into a serious boxer?
I feel like anything that you put your mind to, you can do. But then again, boxing not just anything. So for certain people, with a certain team, I feel like it'll probably be easier for a guy like that to come out with somebody like in Vegas who they can afford somebody like Coach Dewey or like the big name pro coaches who can mold them into being a pro rather than than a regular guy starting at a random gym anywhere than like Vegas or LA or somewhere where it's real heavy in boxing. So I feel like if you do it like that, but then again, boxing, you got to have experience. So I don't know really.
So, Coach, you've been around long enough to know Sergio Martinez. He started at that age, and look how high he went.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be an all-time great for his country. I mean, it's Carlos Monzon, then it's Sergio Martinez.
I feel like you know more as an adult, too, and it could be a good thing because, you could understand stuff more when people teach you as an adult than you being an 8-year-old kid and you learning boxing. And, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, but the answer, I feel the real answer is, yes, it can be done with proper navigation.
Right.
Meaning your management team, having say so in which who you fight, because you can make a nice journey for yourself. Without proper navigation, fuck no, it ain't happening. Because you're going to end up, and Jake has so many fans, so many.
But everybody get I don't like that. Everybody get proper navigation. Like Sam is getting proper navigation.
Yeah, but no.
At this level, you guys get to pick who you fight.
Sam then started at 21. He 7-time national champion. He should get proper navigation. Right. He's proven to be a real boxer. Right. You said a motherfucker 21 coming out to shoot. He has no fans. The average 21-year-old just got out of college or failed in whatever he did and now he want to pick up boxing. He don't got a fan base. Right. Without that fan base is a top manager or a top promotion gonna fuck what you know. You're gonna be paying for spots to be on the undercard fighting their fighters. That ain't proper navigation.
No, I mean, look,
you
Coach.
Know what I mean? So that's the key. Jake Paul has had proper navigation. Yeah. You know what I mean? And now look what he's doing. So the jury's still out to most people if he's a real boxer or not until he beats a real boxer. But with proper navigation, it seems like he has the ability to do so, and we'll see. But without that, no way, it ain't happening. It ain't happening unless you've been in jail or or you got a lot of street fights in your life. You really a fighter. The way you're born, your real true attributes are important too. If you a real dog, that too. But most guys who think they can fight,
but is he not a dog? I just don't understand what world we live in when a dude that never fought picks a dude that has pedigree. That blood pumping through Rockman is that of his father. Plus, he got 96 amateur fights and 13 pro fights.
Yes.
This YouTuber.
Why that fight was so important. Remember,
but he picked them. He's showing the world, like, yo, I'm the real deal, or at least I want to prove it.
Well, yeah. Until you fight, though, nothing is proven. Right. He could have picked fucking, he could have picked.
But it ain't his fault Rockman ain't stepping the ring.
Of course, and we're not saying that.
He tried to make it happen 3 times.
Yeah, of course. Remember, I'm not versing or going against what you're saying, but I'm saying just because you pick something, we have to see the result. What if you pick someone to get knocked out in the first round? Are you real? Or if you pick it or go lose a decision, are you real?
But even if he got knocked out, Coach, that still shows half the battle. Like you're not afraid to fight a pro boxer with pedigree.
Now we're getting in today's landscape, though. It ain't about being afraid. It's about you are or you aren't.
But for him, for him, it is about afraid because people think
but see,
he's just trying to milk the system. He won't fight a real boxer.
I've been in the gym with Jake Paul. I told you the first time I interviewed, I brought 4 guys from the spar, and he stopped all 4 of them.
What? I remember you said that.
I definitely said that. You weren't listening because you didn't care about Jake Paul back then.
I always cared.
I definitely did. I told you. I was in the gym with Jake. I brought guys. I told you I was the referee. Go online and see I was refereeing some of the sparring he was doing. I told you guys that.
Mm-hmm.
First day I was in here. One thing about me, man, I got a memory like an elephant. Don't forget shit, dog. But seriously, he stopped like I brought 4 different guys to the gym. 2 weren't really nothing. But the last 2 surprised me when he busted them up. And that was before the Rockman issue happened. The reason why I started training on seeing Rockman for the second time was because of the Jake Paul incident. A fight almost broke out, a melee almost broke out, and the coach at the time, Hassim, felt kind of punked out a little bit. So he called me the next day and told me what happened and said, I need a coach who, if I'm down to get in a scrap with somebody, they're gonna jump in the ring and be willing to fight.
Shout out really to Rockman.
And remember, Rockman's my guy. I got love for Rockman and his dad and his brothers, everybody. That's how we started training for the second time. And then we had Rockman on the Roy Jones, Mike Tyson show. We went to the weigh-ins, and then, blah, blah, that shit happened, so he ended up not fighting. I was training Rockman for that, but the way I got Rockman the second time.
Whoa, was that the fight? So then that's the fight he was talking about, that he hopped on the scale, weighed in 207, but the fight never went through.
In October or November last year?
It was November.
No, it was the Rockman. It was the Rockman. He was supposed. We're on the undercard of Tyson, Roy Jones.
Yeah, that was
Triller show.
That was November 2020. Yeah.
But something weird happened, and we're gonna talk about that. You guys know all what it is that stops people from fighting the day of, and we end up not fighting.
But the fight in the show?
No, it wasn't that. It was something else. Medical. We'll put it that way. During the pandemic, those times, people was catching shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so remember, Jake Paul is, as far as intent or wanting to fight, real deal. I've seen him box boxers and stop MMA fighters in the gym. BJ Flores is doing a great job with him. Now he got our other dude used to train Ishe Smith. My dude go way back from Cleveland. You know the other coach. Remember he trained
Eddie
Ishe.
Mustafa Muhammad?
No, he trained Ishe. He trained Fernando Vargas. Danny Smith. Danny, black dude, the dark skin. Yes, in case you guys don't know, Danny's legit. Danny trained Fernando Vargas and guys like this late in Fernando's career when Fernando fought Oscar and all that. Black ball dude he's working with. He got BJ Flores and Danny Smith, Coach Danny Smith. He was back in Vegas way back in the 90s.
Well, I guess this question ain't on.
So he got real coaches. So of course, he's a real boxer. How good of a real boxer? The jury's still out because we didn't get a chance to see the Rockman fight.
I guess this question is perfect to ask because who did we have in here, Danny, that said he doesn't think Jake will make it far with that team? He said he's got to change that team.
No, he got. As far as boxing coaches, he got 2 legit ass boxing coaches. BJ Flores is a very intelligent dude. Won titles at cruiserweight division. Y'all know BJ Flores, great sports announcer. BJ's dad was coaching amateurs way back in the fucking early '80s. I mean, BJ's been boxing since he was a kid. Very smart, very astute guy. Knows what he's doing. And then Danny Smith, man, I'm telling you, Danny's a really good coach. One of them Midwest brothers who know the sweet science, man. Like I said, he trained Ishe Smith back in the days.
Was it Ishe that said it? Who was in here, Bo? None of y'all remember?
I remember it being said.
It was Ishe Smith that he trained, and he trained Fernando Vargas, man.
That's what you talking about.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's him.
Yep.
Yo, he's a good coach. He's a good coach, for real. When I first started boxing, I've been kickboxing forever. When I first came to Vegas, I was training at Nevada Partners, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Richard Still's original gym, where everybody was at. Where Floyd would come through there and spar dudes early in his career. Danny was training some high-level guys back then. Danny's the real deal. And Jake has BJ Flores and Danny Smith, man. Them are 2 legit boxing coaches, for real.
What about Jay Leon Love, he's there every time too.
Yeah, but Jay Leon is not his coach. He's there in a role of assistant, motivation. You know, I think when people say, "Oh, he ain't got the right team," he's talking about his friends that he hung out with since high school. You know, they might be, you know, just showing for the camera or whatever, but they just homies. You know what I mean?
His crew.
Yeah, his crew. When it comes to the people he got boxing, he got a legit team. I don't give a fuck who said that. They crazy. BJ's legit. Danny's legit. He got a legit boxing team as far as coaches. I don't know about how they view the rest of the guys, but I'm telling you, man, I seen him in the gym.
Can they turn him into a world champion like Sergio?
Man, there's only a few guys that's going to be world champions in all of boxing. I don't know if we can take it there.
But why not? What does Sergio Martinez have that Jake Paul doesn't? Remember, Sergio had a whole soccer career, so at least Jake's knees is good coming into the game. And,
I mean,
and Sergio had to sign with Lou, and he lost his third fight, and it was tough for him coming up. Remember, he fought Margarito twice. You know,
I mean, like you said, in cases like that, anything's possible. But Sergio, you know, goddamn, man, he's a world champion. I mean,
but he had to become one.
Yes, for sure.
And he lost in his third fight.
Yeah.
And then he lost to Margarito early.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Margarito
his
ended up being a great
fight.
Mexican fighter, world champion, smashed a lot of people too.
We know how he was smashing them, coach. We know how he.
I mean, we don't know if all of them fights was like that.
Who in their third fight fought a guy at Margarito's level? Goddamn, that's a tough fight. Margarito became a world champion too. So I'm not disagreeing or agreeing. I'm just saying, you know, world champion when you don't have the pedigree. Remember, anything could happen. Like a phenomenal thing could happen, but we can't judge our life on phenom. That happens 5% of the time or less.
What do you think of
Jake Paul may be a phenom. If he becomes a legitimate world champion in boxing, not after beating Hakeem Rockman Jr., being, you know, rated at top 5 in WBC. But
I was going to ask you that.
But he wasn't going to do top 5.
No, I'm just making a point. If he goes through the proper channels, beat the proper guys, beat some top 10 guys, then with a championship, he is phenomenal. Until then, we got to see.
So what do you make of the WBC saying had that fight took place and, you know, had he won, that he would have made the rankings? Now, if you look up the WBC rankings, they go up to 40.
Yeah.
So they're not saying, you know.
Oh, yeah. See, they may say it was going to be top 10.
Coach, what's the coach you just named? You looked
Danny
up?
Smith.
Danny Smith. Guys, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not spitting.
No. I mean, someone else named Smith and is also a coach, but the first name is with a D. Just
Danny Smith.
Just text me saying that's one of my fighters.
Danny Smith. He goes back, I believe, with like Eddie Futch and Del Torrance and all these type of guys, man. You know, Danny is legit, man. You know, he's legit. I'm telling you. And believe me, I wouldn't be saying it. I remember early in the game, he was really good. If you watch some of Fernando Vargas's later fights, he was the dude coaching Fernando, man.
Coach, what do you make of the saying that champions are born, not created?
I believe that's true.
All right, so Jake was born. We don't know we don't know. He got to give him his time.
I believe that's true. That's why I know Samuel Arnold III will be a world champion. You know, he was born this way. I remember training him as a 13-year-old. You know, he always had an intangible. Not saying, was Glenn Johnson born that way? The Road Warrior, he fought his way to a championship. Not saying it can't be done, but we could name 3 or 4 guys in boxing history who came up the unconventional way, started at 23 years old with a belt. But think about all the champions since the beginning of time. That's very rare. Is Jake Paul one of those rarities? Maybe,
but that's the thing.
You seem to believe so. Maybe.
Nah, it's not that I believe so. It's
definitely possible.
It's just that fighters with more talent have not had the ability to make it to that championship. When you
That's
are
where the proper
in the position of
comes
Jake,
from.
When you're in a position of Jake where you already got a network deal, they want you. Now you just got to get your opponent approved.
Yeah, so basically what he's saying the business is more important than the actual boxing. And if from that standpoint, you're absolutely correct. But at some point, unless it's a vacant belt, you got to fight somebody top 15 at least.
And he will.
And so if he beats a top 15 guy, he deserves to be respected, and he deserves to be called a champion. I'm one of the guys who are against what they call alphabet bet soup titles and all this. If you're a motherfucking world champion, you're a motherfucking world champion. If he can get it, he deserves all the praise and props, and I'll be the first to say he's phenomenal, because that would be a phenomenal
I'm just
thing
looking
to do.
at it like this, man. You know, Sam, I'm sorry. I got to bring you in because you know how tough it is to be in this sport, like from the miles, the jump rope. Like, he been rich. Yes. Why else would you do it if you're not competitive? If you ain't got something to prove, you're not doing this for no. This ain't no. This not no sport for a rich person.
Yeah, but he definitely got something to prove. That's what it's all about, motivation. Tell him, Sam.
I think it started off as like a trend, and then he probably ended up finding a passion for it. Though.
Exactly. So many fighters we interviewed that say, "Oh, my dad brought me to the gym. I just fell in love with it." Yeah. He just fell in love at a later age. Because you don't spend that much time.
It can happen.
I mean, he literally got them dudes living around him.
And proper navigation is definitely necessary because, you know, you coach, who'd you say you wanted Jake to fight next? You said Kenzie Morrison, right? Yes. He's the one that my man's got 300 followers on Instagram. Like he don't have proper navigation. You 20-0, 18 knockouts. You don't even have a following.
Just beat the son of a legend and only 300 people know you.
Yeah. But see, that's where, you know, boxing has showed their cards too plainly to the average person. Boxing is definitely a business disguised as a sport. And that's why the other thing I do, MMA, is really pushing the envelope and starting to challenge boxing, because there's not so much of that.
Well, I think
bottom line is,
well, no. I think all sports are businesses, coach. The difference is you talking about companies.
Yes.
Right? If you talk about the UFC, you're talking about a company. Major League Baseball, a company.
Yes.
Like, if anything,
I would call those corporations.
If anything, if anything,
but okay, Adesanya Izzy, the guy you mentioned, is fighting Pereira. The guy who beat him twice his next fight. Pereira got 4 fights in the UFC. They don't gotta make that fight, but the UFC is fucking making that fight. We ain't seen Spence Crawford yet. It took us 5 years to see Mayweather and Pacquiao, 5 to 7. We're talking about a guy being able to.
But I think that's the point. Because dudes you mentioned, I never, as a casual MMA guy, I never heard of them. So why I'm gonna pay for them?
Yeah, you don't. But they're selling million pay-per-views.
But that's what I'm saying. But I heard of McGregor.
What I'm saying is that this is the hottest fight in MMA, and it's made immediately.
But how is it the hottest if the casual don't know? I never heard of them dudes.
Yeah, but if you're in the MMA, you know this fight.
But I
no,
like,
see, you
but we can say that for boxing.
You purposely avoid it, though. You purposely avoid. Like,
but if it's,
so you've never
watched McGregor. He made it to my timeline. I never watched Rousey.
You've never heard of Israel Adesanya.
Yes.
Okay, that's what we talking about. He just named him by his nickname.
But I haven't seen that one promotional banner for his upcoming fight. Is what I'm saying.
It just got.
But
I'm just saying. Think about that. That's a crazy fight. Everybody in the MMA world's excited about this fight, but it's happening immediately.
Yeah, but let me tell you, we know why it's happening immediately, Coach. Come on.
Wow.
The same way any other fight in the UFC, you know, happens quicker than we would see in boxing because they're not making as much. So those fights are easier to be made. Come on, Coach. I've brought up Francis on air. What did he make his last fight?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That shit in the state of Nevada. If you
Shakur made with Francis,
hold on, watch this.
In the fight of Tuna,
the Nevada State Athletic Commission, if you are a heavyweight champion in the sport of boxing, requires a promoter to pay the heavyweight champion in the state of Nevada $1 million.
Minimum. He means.
Come on, like they disrespectful over there.
Yeah, but.
That's why them fighters is trying to come get a boxing fight.
Yeah, of course. Well, the money, but I'm talking about the actual sport, the fights you want to see right now. I'm not talking about that part of it. I'm talking about.
But that's what he's saying.
If Earl and Bud was making 6 figures,
yeah,
that fight would have been made.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I never thought about that. You got a good point.
Like, Coach, how many boxers is trying to go to the UFC?
Yeah,
none of them. Yeah, everybody trying to come over here because they know they know. Like Conor McGregor said, they gonna phone home to their wife, get the red panties out, baby. We done it. We set up for life.
Well, remember, we know the money's better in boxing. I'm saying as far as and remember what I said, putting it out there, the business disguised as a sport. Of course, every sport's a business, but you don't want to just put it out there like it's all about the money, not the actual integrity of the fight or the sport.
Yeah.
That's the only problem I'm trying to
But
make.
I think why boxing like that because anybody can be a pro boxer. Though.
See, here's the thing though.
But anybody could be a UFC fighter.
no, they
definitely
can't.
not.
UFC gotta sign you.
Remember, UFC.
Oh yeah, but
it's a
UFC
fight
is a
league.
company
Yeah,
though. But
yeah,
you
I'm
could
saying.
anybody could be an MMA
Yeah,
fighter.
but
Yeah,
remember,
anybody.
UFC is the highest level. You have to
Right.
that's
That's what,
progressions
I'm
to get
saying.
to the UFC.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so.
but the same can be said literally about all sports, right? Because
Like you about
because
to, if you keep doing what you're doing,
hold
PBC
on.
gonna pick them up.
Well, no, I'm saying if it wasn't such a business thing, why the fuck other sports go on lockouts? When they don't agree on money, they don't play. They sit the shit out.
Yes.
They literally go on strike. So I think I just think because they literally have like somebody. Ain't nobody to protect boxers. Like these sports have unions. They have somebody to protect them, somebody to fight for them. So we see that business
Boxing got the Ali Act. That's why the money's up more than UFC, more than the sport of MMA. Number one. Number two, if Golden State is in the playoffs, they're gonna play. If they're number one, they're gonna play number 8. I don't give a fuck how we feel about it. There's a structure. You're never gonna see the other sports that you're trying to make a comparison to say, no, Golden State's not gonna play the Lakers this week because it's too popular or LeBron got hurt. The shit's still happening.
Right.
Yeah,
the same way these fights should still be happening. Bottom line.
Yeah, but you can't say that because they got bench people to replace the injured.
So
fight.
even
That-
if-
Yeah, but he the one made the point about it's all business. It is all business, but there's a certain structure and there's a certain integrity. Whether LeBron, Steph, any of them hurt, the bench dude's got to play because you want to see Golden State. Whether there's stars there or not, it's going to happen.
yeah, because they're selling you a team though, Coach. Showtime can't cancel Hakeem Rahman, Jake Paul, and slide in Sam and
Yeah,
Arnold
definitely
in his
can't.
place because
They
it's like
they
the
definitely can't,
whole
but-
fight is based off Jake and the main event.
Yes, but I'm saying fights need to be made quicker. The same argument everyone's been saying, but that's the difference. Like I said, again, that's why MMA is gaining its terrain
I think
on the
Danny.
sport of boxing.
I think Danny hit it spot on. Like for instance, what was the fight that MGM gave Mayweather, a Bugatti, right? Like, how many Hondas can you buy with the amount of money they spent on a Bugatti? So it's the same difference. You can make 100 fights at $600,000 a pop versus one fight at $10 million a pop.
Yes.
You know what I mean? 2 fighters making taking 20 off the top. Now we know that's 250,000 pay-per-views alone just to cover them.
And
It's
we
a lot.
know, like, Coach, all I'm saying is, boxing has a Muhammad Ali Act, but they don't have, like, who's representing them? Like in any other sport, even in the UFC, you have somebody to represent you. So when the business comes to an issue, those issues get resolved quicker.
Yeah, but that's what the manager's supposed to do. You know what I mean? I mean, that's why you align with a great management staff.
Yeah,
in either
but
one.
Coach, it ain't. It's a lot harder said than done. Like John Jones was literally the pound for pound star in the sport for a while. He ain't came back over money issues.
Yeah.
He got other shit, but I'm saying it's like the money. Same thing in team sports. Yo, a player not happy. Yeah, the game is gonna continue because it's a team sport.
Yes.
But that individual's still not playing, or that individual may not be playing now. He getting fined because he ain't playing. Like there is a solution to it. There's just not solutions in boxing because they don't have that representation.
Yeah, fair enough. I got nothing to say about
Is that every fighter is his own business in boxing. That's actually the gift and the curse. You know what I'm saying? You get to be your own business. You're in charge just like the next fighter's in charge. But they have to be able and willing to take charge of their career. But look, we're not going to keep you guys any longer. Sam, if you can, please give out your social media. Dewey, do the same after he's done. And we appreciate you guys. We're going to take a quick intermission, take a picture with both these gentlemen, and be right back.
Okay, first I'd like to give a shout out to all my sponsors. Shout out to Fit Wellness, shout out to Kinetic Century, shout out to Watch for the Hook, Sacrifice Clothing. Just shout out to everybody who's been supporting me in my journey. Thank y'all for having me. And my Instagram is Samuel Arnold III. Same thing on Twitter, and y'all could subscribe to my YouTube at Samuel Arnold.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for having us. The Boxing Voice #1. Dewey Black Cobra Cooper. My Instagram is DC Black Cobra, BlackKobra, DC Black Cobra. I spell Cobra with a K. Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
All right,
Samuel.
we'll be right back, ladies and gents. We're gonna go take a quick intermission, take this picture, and we'll be back for all your calls.
12 years. I never expected it to turn out like this. TheBoxingVoice.com. Shout out to the community, man. I appreciate y'all.
What's happening, people?
Info Joe, Los Angeles, in the building.
Adrian, the problem wrong. The man from the frozen tundra.
Keem, straight out of Florida. Liz Low, Decatur, Georgia.
You already know what it is. It's the Queen, Martha K, Detroit. Stand up.
David Maldonado, New York City. Yo, Nuss, don't cut me off, man. Don't cut me off.
King Amin of Essex, catch me for them championship rounds.
Big Super Mac, Plainview, Texas.
Davidian in Buffalo. God bless you all.
In Jesus' name.
Without y'all, it ain't nothing. Without the callers, it ain't nothing, man.
Bad Girl, TKO, San Diego, California.
Big Fish Vegas, Palm Beach, Florida.
Intrigue the Incredible, straight out the ATL. James Benitez, Huntsville, Alabama. It ain't hating, it's just the truth.
Show Kid, Mount Vernon, New York, suckers.
SDS Promotions.
Coach Mide from London, UK.
Checking in from Tennessee, it's Lethal James, Payne. It's lethal.
Line 6 Reed, just spreading that boots gospel.
Bo from Bama, only in America.
Well, I'm a true attestation to the American dream.
King Born, Crown Heights, Brooklyn. You heard? 4 chicken wings and French fries, breakfast of champions. Let's get to it.
JT, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Stuff like that.
Yo, TVV, this Coach J-Mac. New Orleans, Louisiana, 504, baby.
What have you?
C. Y. E.
California.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for some.
This is the #1 pound for pound and 2 division champion, Marvin the Tank Furman from Dallas, Texas.
Mr. PPC, baby.
LV Southern, from DC to Stunt City, Bomb Squad.
Brandon Maurice, aka the AJ Trucking, straight out of Cincinnati, baby.
Madbat 100, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Chickarelli, Hollywood, California.
Luis Reyes, Boston, Mass. Yo, drop that SDS shit,
This
son.
message was brought to you by SDS Promotions.
The voice of the people. There is no equal. You can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. TheBoxingVoice.com.
As I always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up. Share this and every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. This is TBV for life. If you ain't on Patreon, that's because you're stupid.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that episode.
The interview.
Yeah, that episode that had that interview inside of it. But we're going to go ahead and start wrapping things up. If there are any callers, you know what time it is and what to do. Join us on Discord. Raise your hand on Discord, and we will definitely get to you without a doubt. But in the meantime, looks like we have a few super chats that we need to get to.
Yeah.
Do need to get to.
You know which one's the last one you left off on?
Well, average boxing fan never got his shout out. He said, Danny, so pessimistic. I thought all promoters lied. Then Michael DH with the $5 super chat says, Ryan versus
Hold on. Cause the thing is, even if all promoters lie, who's the one talking?
Oscar.
He's the only one giving us something to be a lie or a truth.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody else saying shit. Michael DH, $5 super chat saying, Ryan versus Teal needs to be next. Who wins that one? Been listening for over a year. Listen to y'all religiously. Shouts out from Yuma, Arizona. Y'all the truth.
Shout out to you for listening for over a year. We appreciate you. Who wins that fight? Very hard to tell, like Danny said. Ryan's been looking good in his own way. I know that, we have some criticism, but what fighter is going to be absolutely perfect? So, yes, he's not cutting off the ring perfectly or the way we would want him to, but he's still getting the job done in television dramatic fashion, meaning that that's what TV wants to see.
Well, the last fight, and obviously the fights leading up to it.
A lot of them, though. I mean, okay, To Go wasn't a knockout,
and
but
I feel like that's probably the exception as of late.
Yeah, he's been knocking, like To Go messed up his knockout streak.
Right. But definitely have to see what Tio we see back too. Like I said, not just is he coming off his first defeat, but he's coming off, the health issues he was going through. So we'll definitely keep an eye out for that. You want to spin the wheel for him, champ?
Absolutely.
In the meantime, Fred Robinson with his $10 says Oscar knows damn well no network is going to give him that split he asking for. But Michael, this your spin.
What split? Because from what I seen, Oscar just wants to fight broadcast on both. Albert Bell autograph glove. So if you want that, send another $10 this way. Make sure you say, add me to the Albert Bell raffle, and we will.
And then next up, Fred Robinson with his $10 spin. And Fred
lands on the giveaway. So we remind everybody that we are doing a Canelo Triple G3 raffle. $175 raffle ticket wins you a round trip ticket.
2-night hotel stay in Las Vegas and your opportunity to watch.
Danny just added another night. I thought it was one night. I thought we was flying him out Saturday, flying him out Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Danny said a weekend.
Danny said a weekend in Vegas with him and his boys.
I was just trying to promote what you've been promoting.
I ain't never say 2 nights.
Absolutely did.
I ain't never say 2 nights, but it's gonna be on the website. Shout out to Chickarelli.
Well, then you guys being flown out for the weigh-in because he said fly y'all out Friday. So if it's one night,
I don't know what he talking about. Every day is Friday for me. So if I ever make a mistake and say Friday, you got to ask me twice because every day.
Ned's bigger than God. He don't fuck up. So.
Today is Friday, right now. Friday the 8th.
It is.
There you go. Who next?
Friday.
Oh, and what comes after Friday? Friday. All right, you getting it. Bob Saget, $5 Super J says, casual fans tearing Zettel tearing Zettel ass up on his commentary on the full Jake versus Rockman sparring. Sad you can't say positive stuff about Jake without criticism. He did run, so there will be criticism. Or it turned his back. But again, I don't think that that's as big as everybody's trying to make it out to be. You know what I mean? It was the end of the round. It wasn't like he ran and the round continued.
It was like 8 seconds. Can't really gauge too much from
exactly
8 seconds of sparring.
But he's a runner. He's a track star.
That was funny. I ain't gonna lie. That cracked me up. Like the way he said it. But while Ness spins the wheel for you, champ, Adam Arenas, $5 super chat.
Adam Arenas needs to get in touch with Bo. He says he wants his stuff.
And I sent him after he sent the super chat. I did send him my contact info. BoMason_TBV on IG. Or you could just hit up the Boxing Voices IG. You can hit up Ringwalk Danny's. You know what I'm saying? They'll relay that message to me.
Nico Ali Walsh autograph TBV Authentic Hat. That is what you would be in the running for if your super chat allows it. How much was it, Donnie?
That was $5. So you got to send in another $5, Bob. And then Ness, go ahead and spin the wheel for Adam.
Oh.
But we got callers?
Nah.
Not at the moment.
Right there's that screen right there. That's Discord. IBO shirt. What is that? $10?
Yeah, the shirt's 10.
That's what he said. No more. Anybody else?
Yeah,
Where we at?
Fred Robinson, another 5, saying these fighters definitely need to find a way to unionize. So, Fred, if you wanna, didn't he get the Albert Bell?
Only way they could do that is a universal strike. And the thing is that
Fred got Canelo giveaway.
Everybody registers. Everybody could register as a bot. So it's like, how do you get in touch with everybody and be like, yo, don't take no fights. We all strike until we get.
Yeah, no, that shit.
It's gonna be tough.
That shit's gonna be
It's 1,500 fighters just in the middleweight division. Just in that division.
Yeah, no,
like,
it's
how
gonna
you
be
gonna get a
impossible.
hold?
Motherfuckers gotta feed their families. They gotta pay their bills. They gotta.
You gotta get like you gotta get like someone as big as the NFL. It's gotta be an NFL, an NBA, right? It would take a team owner to do it.
Yeah, here's the thing though.
A team owner has the money.
Yeah, here's the thing though, right?
All you gotta do it before you because you thinking of negativity. All you gotta do is think of stipend, right? If you can stipend enough fighters, if I can guarantee you this year and tell you, listen, just rock with me for a year, I'll pay you your year. Maybe that's only 100,000. Not every fighter makes 100,000. Yeah, you might not have those millionaire fighters that say yeah, but because you got 15,000, let's give it 7,000 other division fighters to agree, and you gave them each 100K a year. You got 12 months to get this thing together and show every network we ain't fucking around.
Yeah, but where do you get this money from?
Again, it would take a team owner,
okay,
right?
And here's the thing, right? I know you don't watch other sports. Typically, there is no team owner. Typically, it's literally like a group of investors.
Okay.
Right? So, but
they're still owners of a franchise, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that
so they have the
it's
money,
so much money required that they need so many people. Like, very few people own a team. Like, Jerry Jones is one. And I
don't think it's a lot of money. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's do better math. What are we talking, 100 mil? 100,000, 10,000 fighters, $100 million. It's not a lot. $100 million to unionize the entire sport. $100 million, which is going to make you how much once you have everyone under one banner? Once you strong arm the networks. What the fuck is we talking about? It's not hard.
Bro,
it just takes somebody with balls.
Okay, $100 million, right? So how many Canelo fights is that?
Again, Canelo... You gonna Canelo's the superstar fighters,
okay,
which are very few. Hear me out. Just hear me out. The superstar fighters, which are very few, they're gonna change their mind for free, because everyone else under them is gonna be part of it, because they don't make the superstar money. It's only AJ, Canelo. Under that is Earl, Tank. Then you got Crawford. I mean, who am I leaving out? Who are these dudes making $2 million plus? Like, really, who's making $2 million plus? It's not a lot of them. Mm-hmm. 12 fighters, maybe? What, Ryan, Tank, Earl, Crawford?
Devin, Kambosos.
Keep going. Maybe
Leo Santa Cruz.
Hey, don't put George in there. He made one payday at that rate.
I'm just saying.
No, I get it, but is he going to make $2 million next fight? No, the fuck he's not.
So you think he's dropping from 10 to 2? Or dropping from 10 below 2?
My man, have you been watching the quotes? They trying to get that boy a tune-up.
No, if they
give him a tune-up, is they paying him $2 million?
No, obviously we're talking about the fight that's contractually
I don't even think he's
us.
getting $2 million to fight Devin. I mean, I don't know who's going to fall for it. Again, every quote I've seen is they still looking for money.
Regardless, I think it's bigger than just the money. Like...
What? To do what I'm asking?
Yeah, because the thing is, bro, like, here's the thing, right? Coach Dewey and Arnold just got done saying who he want to fight in the future. What he say? Whoever got the belt. Whoever got the belt. So if you can't get the motherfuckers with the belt to come over, the ones that are, not even the Canelos and the AJs, but the guys that are still making $1 million, the 1.2. If you can't get them to cross over,
but you will.
All right,
I don't. Again, you're being pessimistic. We talking about Canelo that you're gonna ask for you.
No. Forget Canelo.
Who else?
Forget Canelo. Bro.
Any of those guys can afford it for the greater good, and they will, because you can like literally spotlight that Earl is the only dude that you got Canelo to take off a year. You got AJ to take off, but Earl doesn't want to.
Happen? Because if it's such an easy thing for you to see happen,
someone has to want to for starters, and they have to have the investment money,
and they have to see the potential return of investment as well,
which obviously is there once you got all the fighters on. Look at the UFC, how they've done it by giving a mandatory minimum. They've gotten more guys to sign on.
Yeah, here's the issue though, that they've been able to do that with very low minimums. So now when you get these guys who ain't been,
but that's what you're not seeing, bro. How much you think Sam is? First of all, fuck Sam. Rockman never made over $25,000, and he's a son of a legend.
But how many fighters is there, bro?
I don't give a fuck. He's 13-0. He never made over $25,000. If I could get an investor to give everybody $100,000 for the motherfucking year, Rockman made more money, and all he had to do was not fight, so that we can get the networks or one. It's one, because now I got all the fucking fighters. So I go to Showtime. How much do you really got for the entire sport? Do you want to be ABC or NBC?
No sport is really just with one network.
Okay, so we do it the way they do it, bro. All I'm saying,
I'm just saying, if it was so easy, the shit would have been done.
All right. You pessimistic,
bro. We can never do it like them when they started it, like from the ground up. Like,
why not? It's done already. You copy it.
The shit's already done. Like,
copy it.
I'm saying, but they literally created it. You get what I'm saying?
Danny, so tweak it. What are they doing different than us? They're giving every fighter a mandatory minimum.
You talking about them. I'm just saying, you said that we could do the same thing they doing. I'm just saying, like, right now, champ, it's like...
we can do it better because they have the plan for 40 years. We tweak it. All right, but all right, whatever. I'm being optimistic. You're being pessimistic.
I'm being realistic.
No, I hear you. You call tomato and I say tomato. Who's next on the super chats? I think we got to ring it along. Definitely Fred Robinson has tres. Shout out to you.
In Jesus' name.
We appreciate you. We last stopped off at Bob Saget, Adam Marinas, Fred Robinson. He says these fighters definitely need to find a way to unionize. And that's what led us to our tangent. And we've spent the wheel for that one. So next up looks like
SDX,
$10 fat jammy Jim. He says, love the show. Shout out to Yad. Tio finna take over 140. He's coming for them all. Shh emoji. How do we enter the Canelo GGG raffle? Much love. So just send a $75 cash app to the Boxing Voice #1 THABOXINGVOICE #1, and that will give you a raffle ticket. And in that raffle ticket, you would be up for an opportunity to get your flight, round trip, airfare paid, plus hotel. Plus, we're going to Uber you here to this beautiful facility and allow you to watch the pay-per-view with us and some fighters and trainers that will be in the building. Bo, which we should start confirming some of those, Bo and Brandon. So let's see who's available.
Yeah,
the super chat was Elijah's right there, but we got to go 2 before that to SDX's.
I actually sent Brandon this yesterday. I'm going to send it to Bo because definitely going to need this for every guest we book. At least, for that.
So that was Elijah Don B. I'll spin that for Mr. Elijah while Danny finds what he was going to send to Bo.
I already sent it.
Got it. And Elijah, we'll see what you get.
And you said we got to read SDX? Bo?
I think the one before Elijah. IBO hat, and that is what?
$5. So
okay, so he's in there. What's his name?
Elijah
Dunn B.
So then SDX2 Renzi says the full sparring has been released on Jake's YouTube, and if y'all see that, you know for a fact Hassan was working with Jake and he made 206. How y'all feel about that now? Jake want to fight KSI. Well, he ain't fighting KSI, so.
Yeah, I mean, the KSI fight, it makes sense. I don't know that Showtime wants it, but I think it makes financial sense.
I'm pretty sure he got that deal with DAZN.
Who? KSI?
Yeah.
Oh, good call. That ain't happening.
But I mean, they already announced his opponent and shit.
Yeah, he's fighting that smart, but that don't mean that they can't do it later. And there is built-in. There's a reason. Like, actually, he lost to Logan, right? Or
No, technically he beat.
he beat Logan. The first one was a draw, right?
Yeah, first one was an exhibition, regardless. But yeah, he beat Logan.
And the second one was an actual pro fight.
And now they're business
No
partners.
headgear or nothing.
Yep, now they're business partners. So while we wait on Ness, Midwest Boxing $2 super chat says most NBA, NFL, MLB are owned by individuals.
That's what I thought. But you said there are a bunch of investors.
Bro, so like,
because I remember that one dude lost his team for the racial stuff, or am I wrong?
I don't know, but like, for
about the
example, like
Clippers
the Chicago Bears, right? The Chicago Bears are owned by Virginia McCaskey. Virginia McCaskey's like 94 years old. It's really not even her. It's really like the sons and the nephews and, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the family. But yeah, you have like investors. Like, that's how A-Rod owns a baseball team. That's how Derek Jeter owns a baseball team. Like, they're investors in, you know, into the team. Like, they have these small percentiles of ownership.
No, I hear you, man.
But you got the wheel pulled up?
I will have that wheel pulled up for you in 1 second, because there is a big fat $20 super chat.
Well, there's like, yeah, other stuff too.
All right. But isn't the $20 one next?
No.
Yes, it is.
We got to give Elijah his second spin.
Elijah needs a second spin. SDX needs his spin.
And then Midwest Boxing.
No. Midwest is a 2.
Oh, yeah, he $2.
All right. Elijah, second spin. It is the TBV hoodie. So if you want that, that's going to be an extra $10, and we'll put you in that. And now the next one is for
SDX $10 super chat.
SDX, not to be confused with SDS.
Word.
Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame shirt. And if you can see, I'm actually wearing my Bone Adams shirt. You know what I mean? So, you know, I got those to match the little GC. And, yeah, you can get your Eric Morales El Terrible, the way Danny likes to roll the R. So what do we got next, Danny?
Elijah Don B, we got 2, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then King Guzman, $20 super chat. He says, shout out TBV crew from Utah. Love the show, man. Been listening for like 8 months now. And first time ever super chatting. I want that Garcia glove, LOL.
Oh, my God, you just landed on it. Swear to God on everything I love.
Was you showing the...
Yeah, it was showing it.
Okay.
So you got one more spin. So, hey, man, you speak it, you believe it, and you might receive it.
You might receive it.
Spinning one more time out that 20, because that glove is 15. What's his name so I can put him in there?
King N. Guzman.
And you got the giveaway. That means you might be feeling lucky, man. That means you can actually pick up this glove in person if you won the Danny glove and the raffle. We flew you out. You watched the fight with us. Plus, you get the Canelo glove. I mean, the Danny glove. Who knows? We might have a Canelo glove, too. Just saying.
Word.
Uno nunca sabe. So that super chat was a fat $20 from King Guzman. What do we got next, Danny?
Fred Robinson, $5 super chat that says you would definitely have to bypass the sanctioning bodies to make it work and come up with a Super Bowl type.
Nah. So first of all, this is what y'all don't get. Danny was so confident in this plan when it was another sport, right? And he said, "Oh, there's literally buyouts or lockouts, or we'll take, you know, what you call it, we'll go on strike." If you grab enough fighters, especially the named fighters, you know, you grab enough fighters in the world and you get them to not fight for a year, you not only strong arm but network, because no one's ever had all the fighters. See, you sitting down at every network and you're like, "Oh, we'll never have Mayweather Pacquiao issues again. We'll never go 5 years in Crawford and Porter, Crawford and Earl will have, because we'll have the fighters." See, the problem is he's with the zone. You explain to them. You tell them why you have the product and your product is better than everyone else's, which truly it is, because you have all the fighters, right? So outside of that, you tell the sanctioning bodies the same fucking thing. You sit down with Mauricio and say, "Look, Papi, you either in or you out." "Oh, you never watched it?" "Okay, so this is a movie called State Property. You either get the fuck down or you lay down, okay? Because guess what? If I have all the fighters, I'll make a new belt. It don't matter. I got all the fighters. Don't the UFC got their own fucking belt? Y'all making little problems, big problems. UFC got their own belt. PBC was rumored to make their own belt. WWE got their own belt. ACW, all those other fucking weird fucking sports make their own belt. Triller made his belt. Jake Paul made a fucking belt. Don't talk to me about belts and sanctioning bodies. We'll create a goddamn new sanctioning body. New and improved. You want a green belt? We'll make it fucking shine. Don't you worry about it.
You said this can be done in 1 year, right?
I believe if you, bro, think about it.
No. Just
can
it be done?
I believe you can do it in 1 year. If you pay 7,000 fighters to go on strike for 1 year, absolutely.
So what about the fighters that have network deals?
Those are gonna fall on the line because you got 7,000 of their peers. Don't think too far ahead. Just remember that Shakur knows little Manny, who's what, 14, 13? Okay? So when these dudes are on that level, they know what's behind them. They know. Keyshawn know. He still signed with Bo Mac and still signed with Top Rank. And he said, I'm different. I got the gold, I got the Olympic background. You know, I got what, a silver medal or something? Okay? He's different. Just like they gonna know, oh shit, this guy is doing this. Let me just rock out and see. Why? Because their career is guaranteed. Keyshawn can shit out for a year and they still gonna pay him millions of dollars. Shakur, millions of dollars. Crawford, millions of dollars. Canelo, ain't none of the top. Why the fuck would the top turn their back on all the amateurs? Crawford was just in Texas for some UFC fights. He be in amateur fights too. He was just visiting Maurice Hooker for every fight he go. So if I got love for the sport and I'm visiting other people, watching them fight, I'm in the. Why the fuck won't I take a year off? Half of us take a year off anyway.
Because love.
Half of them take a year off anyway.
The thing is, you crazy.
They can't even get a fight anyway.
You crazy to think that in 1 year the shit can be done. These motherfuckers are signing multi-year contracts.
Mm-hmm.
So this shit gonna have to happen for multiple years.
Mm-hmm.
Literally as a beta, as a test run to see if the shit could even make sense.
So again,
like you talking about other sports when them motherfuckers play or not is still getting paid.
All right, so and that's what I'm establishing for those people for 1 year. In the 1 year it takes to negotiate. So now,
but that's what I'm saying.
Canelo got
These
a contract.
Motherfuckers, bro, the 1 year they ain't got contracts for 1 year.
Listen, you're forgetting how PBC was established. Canelo got a contract, fine. If I'm this investor, I buy out all the B-sides.
Spin the wheel.
If I'm the investor, I'm buying out all the B-sides the way that Al did. Al took all the B-sides and fucking Bob Arum and Oscar were forced to sue him because he left no one for them to fight. They had to fight each other and really do Ryan hypothetically versus a top fighter because all the B-sides was bought out. So again, if you buying 7,000 fighters, yeah, Canelo got a contract deal. Eventually it'll be out. Everyone else, why would Sam Arnold or the next 0-0 pro sign to Al and not to somewhere where they're guaranteed $100,000 a year? I could give you 4 fights as a prospect and you ain't making $100,000. You know it and I know it. Your name got to be Shakur. Your name got to be actually Ray fucking Leonard to make $40,000 as a pro debut. So don't give me that bullshit. You give these motherfuckers guaranteed money. You know how many dudes all of a sudden want to be fighters? How many kids all of a sudden want to be fighting? Now there's guaranteed money. Well, now there is an NFL for boxing. Right now there isn't. Like you said the other day, they made a fucking a short out of you. There's no path. There's no path for boxing. But if you got an entity that's giving you a path, that's giving you a guaranteed salary, yeah, you gonna sign up.
Well, look,
and you gonna get hella people signing up.
The beautiful thing about
where would Tyler McCurry be right now if he had $100,000 salary? Oh, okay. I can name 100. What about Austin Trout? I can name Alonzo Butler, Jerry Forrest.
And that's
I can name hundreds
and
hundreds of motherfuckers that'll sign up.
And that's where I'm going with it, right? That the beautiful thing that this is the biggest boxing podcast in the world, right? So Bo the other day spoke some shit to it into existence. He sure enough did. So you seem to think it's the easiest thing in the world. So you just laid out the blueprint. I'm sure within a week we'll have a group of investors and networks.
I'm just saying,
like,
Danny,
Nesta Gibbs from the Boxing Voice just gave us the next multi-billion-dollar blueprint. Okay, let's ride with it.
He laughing at it, but think about it. Out of the 1,500 fighters in the middleweight division alone, how many of those are important?
I mean, shit. If depend who you ask. Some Somebody gonna say they all important.
That's a damn lie.
I mean, somebody love them.
Okay, but not enough. Somebody love them. How many somebodies per person are being loved? That's my point. Like,
I'm just saying,
you don't have
they all
to-
got mamas. So
you don't-
somebody
listen,
got somebody
you don't,
love 'em.
you don't legitimately have to buy the whole middleweight division. You can buy 100 middleweight fighters because that's the top 100.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is there is a way, bro. There is a way. There is a way. They can do it. Especially a bunch of investors. You need the pitch. You need the idea. And it can be done. Again, the blueprint is the UFC. They found a way to make it. They found a way to make it with like you said.
Bro, you're
with, like you
literally-
said,
you can't-
poor salaries.
Yeah, bro, but
Poor
you're fucking
salaries.
changing the circumstances. I created something that I created something.
Uh-huh.
This has been in existence for over 100 years. Now I'm just gonna change it completely.
Danny, oh my God, this dude. I'm about to end the show with this, right? Because this is the pessimist in him. What is it? Henry Ford invented cars, and now we have Teslas. It's completely different. But this dude is telling me that we can't do something completely different because Henry Ford invented a car 100 years ago. Shut your weird ass up. Change has always been part of the world. Fuck, the towers got knocked down. Don't we got new ones? I mean, my man is tripping today. But it is what it is. Nestor, do we got other super chats, or I'm trying to do a dramatic exit?
Just you are trying to do
I
a
was.
dramatic exit.
It would've been better.
Because Henry Ford ain't invent no fucking car, bro. Shut the fuck up.
He invented the first car.
Bro.
Assembly line.
Thank you, bro.
He might have
Bro knows
invented
cars.
Ford.
Bro knows cars. Thank you,
What
bro.
he invent? The fucking Ford?
The first assembly line so you can make mass-produced cars, homie.
I mean, according to his Wikipedia,
Oh, God.
you get what I'm saying?
Pessimist
He
Danny. Here
is
you
the
go.
founder of Ford.
Thank you.
And the chief developer of their assembly line.
Thank you.
Of their assembly line.
Of course.
So he started Ford. Cool.
He
ain't start
was
the fucking car.
He was the main reason America was competing with foreign imports,
Bro,
man.
you one of the dumbasses that think Christopher Columbus found this country too. Let me
Okay.
tell you.
Yeah, he's trying to change the subject because he mad that my idea of buying the top 100, even if you don't get the top 10, will work. Everyone knows it.
So you won't
Don't
have
nobody-
the top 100. You'll have 11 through 100. You'll
Yeah.
have 90 of the top 100,
Yeah.
not the top 100.
And that's okay. I said even if you don't
Bro,
get the top 10.
so guys 11 through 100, you think ain't none of them under fucking contract? Bro, that shit, like what you talking about, I'm not saying won't be done, but literally it would
Danny,
be like a 10-year thing.
Danny, but everybody's under contract with a promoter. Very few fighters. Like, this dude is trying so hard to be negative, and it's good for the show because it shows
It's
you.
not being negative,
It shows
bro.
you that we can both
it's
debate.
being realistic.
It shows you that we can
that
both
this
debate.
shit would never be done in 1 year.
It shows you that we can both debate. It also shows you, different sides of the argument. So his argument about fighters in contracts, that's okay. Very few fighters, what he's not telling you is very few fighters are signed to a network contract. The Ryan Garcias, the Tanks, the Canelo.
But the promoters are.
They may have a network contract. Promoters, they may have a broadcasting contract, right? Most fighters have a managerial contract and a promoter contract that they can buy out of both. Okay?
So now you got to include the buyouts
if
into
necessary.
Okay,
so here's a perfect example. This dude again continues to be pessimistic.
I'm being
so
realistic.
We have 100 million managers that none of you guys know, but you know Al, you know Cameron. Actually, he's a promoter now. You know some of those, the Keith Conleys, yada yada yada, right? So what about the ones you don't know that don't have a connection to a TV deal, but they do have a fighter signed and they can't get him on shit? He's on some streaming shit somewhere. He's fighting on Orlando somewhere. He's fighting in fucking Ghana somewhere with no TV. You know what I mean? It don't matter. What is important to everybody? Promoter, manager, fighter, dad, and trainer is television. Bottom line. People sign the King's promotion because he has a relationship with Al Heyman so he can get you on Showtime. People sign to Al because he has a relationship with television. They know they could get him on. Top Rank have a relationship with ESPN. You heard Bill Haney. We chose to be on free TV and be seen by 3 million. You sign to who can put you on television. So if you have the television, you have the answer because no one wants to be a world champion that no one can see. So it's about unionizing the fighters to build a strike against the networks to leverage the money for some sort of network deal with multiple fighters or an entity of sorts like the UFC.
So do you believe that with your idea that it can be done with a network who's already involved in the sport, or do you think it would have to be
again? If the network that isn't involved, they got to be willing to spend money because that's where a lot of this money is going to come from. So like the initial money will come from your investor. He's going to keep everybody out the sport to cause the strike. Then he's got to leverage that position to get money from the network and the television time. Plus, he'll also leverage that for a casino deal. Multiple venue deals.
So you suggested, well, I mean, I know you was just throwing numbers out there, but you said 7,000 originally?
I say if you buy about 7,000, because think about it, bro, you and I live and breathe this sport. I'm pretty sure we'll stop counting under 100 fighters. Like right now, we together, we probably can't come up with more than 100 fighters' names, bro. Like 7,000 is the goddamn world of boxing.
I hear you. I'm just trying to figure out. Like Al got about what, 400?
No, fuck no. Last time we stopped counting was 2.
Al got 200 fighters. That's it.
And everyone else had less than him.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Like he can't get his fighters on TV. You know what I'm saying? What TV and he deals with multiple networks.
But you know why he can't? Because he doesn't own all the fighters. He can't promise what you can promise.
I'm just saying, like, what network can give you enough even TV time? Like even enough dates for 7,000 fighters?
DAZN.
Bro, how many does Matchroom?
They have unlimited bandwidth.
Yeah, here's the thing though. How many fighters does Matchroom and Golden Boy have together?
I don't know, a lot. That's why they run simultaneous shows, don't you see?
And that's an issue. That's an issue, right?
Issue with who?
Because now as a consumer, I'm forced to. Do I want to watch this fight or that fight?
But as a network, they know they got people watching boxing 24/7. They got an Italian show from Matchroom. They got an American show from Golden Boy. Now they can have an Al Heyman show from Las Vegas. It's up to the network how invested they want to be. I guarantee you, if this was football, we won't be having this argument. One network will find all the time to stream all the football. Don't tell me that they won't.
They don't.
They will.
I mean, it's literally impossible. Like it is impossible for any network
because of time zones.
And just like I say, and I believe that they own the day of the week, right? Like Sundays is football, but now they playing fucking Thursdays. They playing Mondays. They playing sometimes on Saturdays. So it's like,
but you know why? Because they're making more money.
No, that's true.
You don't open up more days of your store if you're not making more money, man.
But no, I mean, when something is like mathematically impossible, they have to like separate it. So it's like, cool. Nesta lives in Jersey. Well, we can only give them the New York Giants game. We can't give them the Jets game because it's only on one network. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to have multiple networks. So I'm thinking, like ESPN, they were ABC. So UFC does that, right? They'll have fights on ESPN that are also being shown on ABC. 2 different networks, same family, but now it's like, you talking about if we can't get 200 fighters on TV, like what network are we gonna get 7,000 fighters on TV? You know what I'm saying? That's all. Just being a bit more realistic.
Absolutely. It looks like we got Casual Boxing Fan with a $10 super chat. And can you read that? I'm gonna pull up the super chat wheel and spin as you read.
Yeah, let me refresh because the last one I had was Fred. And
he lands on.
He said, I first tuned in after I heard Ness hating on Spence on the YouTube shorts. I'm glad I came to hear his full opinion instead of blowing it off. Shout out to TBV from Houston. 100 emoji.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. A lot of people take those shorts as everything you are saying or doing and not knowing that it's just like an excerpt from our very long show. We got SDX Renzi, $10 super chat. Tell him.
He says, can't lie, Nez got a point because I think Floyd could damn near do that by himself, and he always been about the one belt.
He could do what? What do you think he talking about? Even though he giving me credit, I don't want to just accept. I don't know.
He's saying
I'm lost.
That he could be the person that would invest.
I think it's going to take way more money. It's going to take, corporation money, Pepsi money, Coca-Cola money, something like that, HBO money. Yeah. Some money that's been in business forever. Because you have to enforce the strike. So how does? And again, I'm not saying anything new. How does a strike happen? The union goes to their employees. They're disgruntled and they're like, yo, fuck that. We ain't making enough money for the overtime. I ain't doing this shit for $1. Cool. We calling a strike. Everybody don't work. Now, boss comes in to work. None of the nothing has been done. And it's like, yo, they not moving. They want $2 extra. Or move it your fucking self. And you got 200-300 peoples in the factory not being moved. Trucks not being shipped. Deliveries not being made. Crazy as fuck. Boxing just pussy. Y'all pussy. Grab that shit. Y'all talk about you in control. I'm in control. Promoter works for me. I'll buy out my contract. You ain't doing shit. Pussy. Fucking stand up for yourself for real. Don't fight. Tell your fellow man who had 96 amateur fights with you, who y'all seen come up. Thurman seen Andre come up. Andre beat him twice. So if Thurman is on this what's it called in the real world? What is it? A call out, buyout? What's it called when other sports do it? Is it normal strike? Is that the same term?
Lockout.
If Thurman on a lockout, why wouldn't Andre, who beat him twice in amateurs, knows him all his fucking life, be with it? You understand what I'm saying? Like, we got to stop acting like these dudes don't know each other. Like, they not all coming from the same background with the same story, with the same common goal. It's the same common goal. So yeah, 2-3% of them dudes made it. The Charlos made it. Everybody who got their millions made it. There's a whole new crop. We just had a dude on Zoom who got 8 fights. Like, we could talk to them. We ain't got to talk to them. You see what I'm saying? Like, Charlos and them about to leave. Gennady about to leave. Cool, they made their 40 millions. They're not going to be with the movement. But it's a whole nother 90-something % of motherfuckers that don't make those monies, don't ever fight on Showtime, don't ever get the pay-per-view. So, they don't know what $1 million look like.
So now that you've repeated that, do you now see how it would be literally impossible to do what you're saying in 1 year? And you see how it would have... Okay.
No, because... Right. Danny,
you win, champ.
Danny, think about this. Champ. You're talking about taking the sport of boxing from television. You think it'll take longer than a year?
Absolutely.
You don't think regular America's gonna be like, oh,
bro, you literally
guess what? On CNN, like, guess what's happening? You know that sport that everybody doesn't even pay attention? Yeah, they just up and quit. Like, what are you talking about, bro? How could a sport quit for 12 months and it not be enough time to get some sort of closure or at least change?
Because the way you think it'll happen, like, you comparing it to sports, like, you want it to be like a UFC, like these organizations, these corporations, right? Mm-hmm. And you're comparing it to these corporations when they go on lockout, but the thing is that they're already a corporation. They're already what you want boxing to be when they're doing the things that you want boxers to do, right? Mm-hmm. So the UFC, it's like, yeah, they got this shit that they started from the ground up, but yet they still don't have fighters happy. I mean, your heavyweight champ is voicing his displeasure. Your former pound-for-pound #1 fighter has been inactive for 3 years because he's voiced his displeasure on lack of pay. So it's like...
But you still got whatever her name is, McCubbins, I ain't trying to disrespect her, sitting right here talking about she wants to sign to the UFC, and that's all I'm telling you. It don't matter who's at the top screaming what they screaming. UFC's already a brand that is built and rolling.
Yeah, but
you either get on that bus if you want to be part of MMA or you don't.
But motherfuckers ain't buying them tickets for them. They buying them tickets for the big names, and that's what I'm saying, bro. This shit gonna take more than a year. Like, you know, it's crazy.
I just don't know.
A fight in boxing, right? A fight in boxing, like a guy like Canelo, a Joshua, a Charlo, a fucking Haney, a Stevenson. They're fighting twice a year anyway. Like, you get what I'm saying?
I don't understand where is it that like how are you? We talking about so many fighters in a calendar year that make more money than the average athlete. Okay. Boxing produces more money than the average athlete per player on any other sport. Okay, they gotta play. So? Excuse me. I may not know about them sports, but I know them dudes with them big ass contracts got to play a certain amount of games to get them contracts. They got hella games to play. With boxing, they playing 2 fights. They playing 2 fights at the top level.
See, and that's where you wrong, right?
What?
Cool. Fighters is fighting 2 fights at the top level, right? LeBron right now gets hurt, or it ain't in season. We gonna say Fernando Tatis. Famous baseball player. I'm pretty sure he might even be one of your peoples, right? He fucking hurt. He ain't playing. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, he ain't played a single game for the Padres this year. I bet you I can tell you how many millions he done made this year.
Yeah, again, you're arguing what I'm arguing. See, he's arguing what I said. An investor needs to come and pay the fighter for the year. That person.
You just said that they have to play to get paid, and I'm telling you that they don't. Fighters have to fight.
Brother, that person's on a contract, right? And his contract states that even if an injury or something like that, he remains to get paid.
Every person.
But most people, all those people have to play the game.
No.
They have to play the game.
Major League Baseball, the NBA, guaranteed contracts. You fucking get hurt, you getting paid.
Yeah, but you're talking if there's an injury. If you're not injured, motherfucker, you got to play or you're not getting paid. You talking about a clause in a contract.
Yeah.
Like that's like insurance on your car.
But that's the thing. If fighters don't fight, they don't get paid, bro. So you talking about fighters sitting out. You talking about these athletes sitting out, right?
And this kid just can't comprehend what the fuck I'm saying. The investors giving the average fighter who doesn't make $100,000 to sit your ass out. Ain't that what the fuck we talking about when he's saying that the fighter who's injured is sitting out still being paid? Well, brother, I'm trying to put it on that level.
I know, but you said that they're making more than, and even if
boxers make more money than those baseball players.
False.
They gotta play more games, bro. They gotta play more. He want to sit here and lie to you and tell you
they may have to play more games.
Let me finish.
They may have to play more games.
Because you already started lying.
They may have to play more games, but the preparation is no different. They playing games. These motherfuckers are sparring. They training. Like, you get what I'm saying? A professional athlete is a professional athlete.
We went in a big ass circle for him to apologize and say that they make more money over here in boxing per fucking action, okay? Don't lie. I don't gotta watch them sports to know that them motherfuckers tied up into a seasonal contract that has like 100 and something games. The fuck is he talking about? Sitting here lying.
So one person guaranteed money, one person not.
He ain't guaranteed if he don't play, motherfucker.
I just told you one of the biggest stars in the sport.
He's injured. It's called a clause, just like I got insurance on my fucking car. If I crash right now, they paying for it.
Okay.
This kid don't get it.
So
what are you talking about?
When Devin Haney injured his shoulder in his first title defense and he had surgery,
he didn't get paid.
He did not get paid from that time in November when he fought until he fought the following November against Gamboa.
He didn't get paid.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, everybody else would have. So how can somebody make more than?
Lord have fucking mercy. If he doesn't understand
just read the
that
chat,
the
bro.
person
Read the chat. Just
who
read the
has
chat.
a clause in their contract to be paid during injury, that's got nothing to do. If you're not injured, let me ask you. You say you're the sports fan. For the athlete that's signed to a franchise and he's not injured, do he got to get on the game and play if the coach want him to play? Will he get fined if he don't play?
He could get.
Give me the bell so I can fucking end it. Hit the bell.
Okay, no, because here's the
you
thing.
Keep talking about a dude in injury, man.
No injury. I'll show you a baseball player right now getting 7 figures and not playing a single game. He's not injured either.
And why is he not playing? Explain to us.
He's retired and still getting paid.
So Danny, in this argument, wouldn't that right there be called a unique case? Where a retired fighter who's not active is getting paid. Like, you're bringing examples that make no sense to this argument.
All right, so what do you have to show me that shows that boxers make more money than anybody else, bro? Like, I'm just
because it's per fight. Those other dudes that you talking about, you still don't want to admit it. They sign up to play 1 million games.
That's cool. That's cool.
To make that money,
how much you think
they gotta have 1 million games.
How much you think Samuel Arnold is making?
And that is my. You see. I think.
But
it's the
right
fact
now
that
you saying that they currently make more than.
I think it's
right
the
now
fact
you're
that
saying
he's
they currently
refusing-
make more than.
I think it's the fact that he's
Currently.
refusing
So if
to
they
be
make more than
optimistic.
somebody like
that is not allowing him to understand
Bro,
what I'm saying. He can't comprehend it because he
difference
continues to
between-
be pessimistic. If he listens to me, he would understand
I
that
mean,
if
very
you came
ironic for
into
you
the
to talk
sport
about
and
listening,
you paid the
you know?
Samuel Arnolds $100,000, Samuel Arnold will be happy to not fight for the 12
I
months
agree.
because he has $100,000, and everyone
I agree.
in and around him.
I agree.
The Lonnie B's,
but you know the crazy thing is that you said
the
that they
fucking
currently make more than. So I'm just asking how. That's all.
90% of
Just
the people
how?
that are coming in this building, 90% of them would take that 100,000 and not fight to see and wait for a better good. I don't know what he's talking about. You gonna tell me Samuel Arnold's gonna be like, nah, dog, I'm gonna keep fighting for this fight.
So did you not say that boxers currently are making more than athletes in other sports?
Yes, at the top level. At the top level. Just like in your sports, they have lower salaries for the dudes that are on the benches and the dudes that don't never play. They just suit up. Like,
and they make
you're making this more difficult. You're making this more difficult.
And those guys, right, that you speak of, you know, they make more than some champions do in boxing.
Yeah, more than some champions. Exactly why we're trying to unionize. But now tell them what they make.
I mean,
What's
high
the-
six figures. I
Okay,
mean, I can.
high six figures what?
I can look up the minimums. Like,
Give me one.
Okay.
Give me one.
NFL.
Because again, then multiply that, or excuse me, divide it times the 160 games he's got to play.
Okay, and then times whatever the fighters make, right? And then let's see at the end of the day who the fuck got more money.
What do you mean? The fighter can fight 2 fights and almost 9 times out of 10 make what that dude makes in a year. You were looking it up. Just look it up. Stop arguing with me.
So the NBA minimum, the minimum for a rookie, right? So if you're a guy with 5 years that sucks,
how much?
You making more. Minimum is $925,000.
Okay.
Now divided by
82 fucking games.
I ain't picking no side. I'm just saying.
It's
just
the
get
truth.
to the bottom of it.
The motherfucker doesn't want to value the work.
Okay,
So
that's
I'm
cool.
gonna pay you just this month for the rest of the 12 months. See if you ain't making the same amount. What the fuck is wrong with him? This dude's you're making this longer than it needs to be.
So the rookie minimum, right, is $11,000
per game.
Right.
Now
But
look at that.
Who's making?
He making less than Samuel Arnold, like Nesta fucking said.
So you think?
Actually, no. You still right. Samuel Arnold, he probably making 4,000, 5,000 right now. But he did say he would not with, but he made it clear that he was performing for Sam Watson. So there's a very good chance that he's making more than that because we know that Big Baby Jared Anderson made $7,500 on ESPN. So when I tell you what the fuck I tell you is because I know about this sport. Don't tell me about no fucking whack ass NFL and all that other bullshit when they got to multiply their fights.
That's cool,
They
but
salary
look,
times a million
but
fucking
see,
games. And if
even
you don't,
still, you
if
still
you don't
wrong,
play
bro.
those games,
You still wrong.
ain't getting paid.
You still
ain't
wrong.
getting paid.
You still wrong, right?
You ain't getting paid.
So-
you better have a
so
doctor's
look,
excuse like he's saying.
So look, right? So that's the rookie minimum, meaning like your first. Hold on, listen.
Yo, you still trying to compare? We trying to
Bro.
get there. I'm telling you, there's a green print.
What you told me.
You're showing there's a green print. Their contracts are worse. 900,000 works out to 11,000 per game. Their contracts are worse. So again,
How is it worse?
11,000 per game.
Learn to fucking listen, bro. That is the bare fucking minimum, right? So a rookie, that is what they're making. Now, a rookie, the top rookie, right? So this would be comparable to, I guess you would say, a gold medalist coming out, right? The top picked rookie, right? Which in this last year's draft, Cade Cunningham, right? He will make $10 million in his first fucking year.
Okay, and how many games?
Again, 82. So we'll divide that 10.
All right.
That 10 million.
So is he making more than Shakur? When Shakur came out as a top amateur, no the fuck he not, man.
So you telling me
he
that
gotta work more.
Bro.
He gotta work more. He got 80-something games.
So what you telling me is
Yes.
that Shakur made over 100,000 for his pro debut? Because he's making over 100,000 a game.
No, you gotta
As
go.
a rookie,
Listen to me.
as
You
a
gotta go
rookie.
by Shakur's yearly salary, whatever he made that year.
Okay, so Shakur in his first 12 months, not even calendar year, first 12 months being a pro boxer, he made more than $10 million.
in his first 10 months?
12 months. First year.
12 months?
Has he made 10?
not 10.
Has he made 10 thus far?
Not 10.
Thus far in his career?
10 thus far? Probably not.
Okay, because he's been pro 5.5 years.
Probably not 10.
Okay, so that's what I'm telling you. He is a rookie. First,
Yeah, but again, you're comparing a top-tier rookie
to a top tier amateur coming out
in an established unionized company, and that's what I'm trying to show. No.
Explain why I did that. Explain why I did that because you said
you're helping my
boxers
case.
currently make more than.
Yes,
and I proved you wrong.
No, you're still making my case. They're showing that they have structure, and
I'm not disagreeing with you.
That a standout can make 10 million. And I'm showing you that a standout in our sport didn't make 10 million yet, but guess what? He's on track to make more than that man will ever make. Am I right?
Hold on. You said who's on track to make more?
Shakur. Shakur will make more than that dude. When it's all said and done. And that dude might get injured.
No, he could. So the shitty thing is I'm pulling up somebody from this year. So like if I would have to pull up somebody from 2016 when he turned pro, because then it could be like, okay, what has he done since and what has Shakur done since?
So do that, but also do someone whose trajectory hasn't failed. Okay? Someone who's still hot like Shakur.
Oof, that's hard. That's hard.
And that's the point, because Shakur was hot and he's still hot, so he's gonna make more money. The pay only goes up.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes up tremendously. Like, you guys ain't nobody making 10 million a day, and tomorrow they're gonna be making double and triple that, right? You gotta be like LeBron.
No, I mean,
and that's the only point I'm trying to prove. There's a lot of people in boxing that make 4,000 and not 100,000 a year. There's more Lonnie B's than there are Shakurs. So again, if you unionize them, if you go to those like Al did already when he started PBC, the blueprint is there, the track record is there.
Ben Simmons was the top draft pick in 2016. He has had some injuries and he has had some disciplinary shit where it's funny, right? Because it doesn't really happen. He's like, nah, I ain't fucking playing. I'm sitting out, right? Gets traded. So, but he was a top draft pick in 2016. So in 2016, he made 5.9. 2017, 6.1. 2018, 6.4. 2019, 7.6. 2020, he made 30.5. 2021, 11. And this upcoming season, he is going to make 21 million. So
and he's comparable to Shakur?
I mean, Shakur was second.
Because that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, Shakur.
That's like 7 million a year.
But that's what I told you. Like, literally, the minimum this year is $1 million. So
again,
nobody in their pro day.
It still helps the argument. It just shows you that you guys need to take that idea and run with it, because they're being overpaid.
I'm not this. I mean, I don't know that they're being overpaid. You know, they have
$7 million a year for one player.
Here's the thing, though. You talk about,
and it's a fucking team sport.
Oh, they're making that over 32 or 82 games and shit. Yeah, so you know the rookie minimum is gonna be making, like I said, 11,000 a game. Cool, it's a lot of games, but you go to a fucking Bulls game, a Lakers game, bro, there's fucking 20,000 people there 2-3 times a week. Like, we'll be lucky to have a boxing fight that does 20.
It's structured, Danny. You know, as a basketball fan, these teams win, they go to a playoffs, they go to a fucking champion. We don't have that. Like, literally, the number one can be there saying 1,000 days, 300 days, 600 days. Like, we don't have. I'm begging for structure.
See, I'm not disagreeing with you.
I'm saying by causing a strike, we can force structure.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just had to show you that you were wrong in thinking that boxers are making more. That's all.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Like you said, by me proving you wrong, I feel like that just made your point even more. Like, we do have a problem. These, they do need some sense of security. They do need some, minimum something to protect them, because it's like you got my man's Gabe who was working at Home Depot and still fighting on TV trying to make a living. Like, it's unbelievable.
It's just, it would be different if boxing would unionize boots performance over what was that kid like Juan Carlos, that would have never happened. You know, a true commission would have never sanctioned him. You know, him getting out of jail that day and having a bracelet, no way a league would have let him have a contract. But boxing is so overnight, everyone's their own business. It's like, yeah, oh, you just came home today? Nah, cut his bracelet. You on TV.
And then stick you in the ring with boots.
And then stick you in the ring with boots. Those other companies, NFL, they have a certain image to uphold.
No, they do.
They tell you don't do certain things on their camera time, on their TV time.
They do.
We
but
don't got
here's
none
the
of
thing.
that. We got no structure,
here's
bro.
The thing, right?
It's a wild, wild west.
Here's the thing. Again, you know, when we was talking about the money, Sam Arnold, Shakur, they get paid to do what, Ness?
Fight.
All right. Now, you said if a player doesn't play, they don't get paid. You know, injuries are different. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, if a rookie gets picked up in the NBA and they're not good enough to start, but they're good enough to be on the team, that motherfucker getting paid $10,000, $11,000 to ride the bench. And I'm going to be honest with you. If you making that as a rookie, you sit in the bench. Because if you was good enough, you'd be making more. So, you know what I'm saying? For a guy to ride the bench 80 games, or let's say that he gets 12 games of playing time a year, for him to sit on the bench 60 games, 70 games, and get paid $10,000, that ain't too bad.
It ain't, but I've met people, especially here in Vegas, who's like, I mean, you was with me. My man's like, yeah, I played a little ball. It's like, who the fuck are you? Yeah, you got the height. Yeah, you said you played ball.
No,
who are you?
Here's the thing, though. Right, I've met a lot of people. Just the same thing. I've came across guys in the gym. Yeah, I used to fight back in the day, and you know, they belly was competing with my belly a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, but some dudes actually make it, is what I'm saying. But they never made it. You feel me? You made it to the team. They gave you your uniform. You never made it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not like that in boxing. Like,
so guys,
you don't just get a mandatory minimum salary. You don't just get a fucking team uniform. You don't just get a championship ring. You understand what I'm saying?
No,
it's not the fucking same.
So the thing,
you can't just ride the fucking bench to a ring.
You can't, right? But you know what you talking about, like guys not really like making it. It's like they may not be world famous, but if you a guy who rides the bench for 6-7 years in the NBA, you living comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you good. Like, you're more than good. You get what I'm saying? Like, those leagues at least appreciate you enough to be like, all right, cool. He a vet. He didn't put in 5 years. He didn't put in 7 years. He didn't put in 10 years. It don't matter if he ain't as good as he used to be. He didn't put his time in. That minimum is higher. And we don't see that. You get what I'm saying? We see guys, you could be a vet 10, 12 years in boxing, still getting a B-side $5,000, $8,000 offer. Like,
all I'm saying, people could call me dumb all they want, shit on my idea all I want, but there's an amateur and a fighter out there fighting right now with no real plan.
Absolutely.
They just hope that my son is good enough. I just hope that my son gets recognized. I just hope we could sign an Al. I just hope Top Rank watches us. I just hope that if I follow the people before me, my son will get to where they got. There's no plan. There's no mandatory minimums. There's nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean.
So, yeah, Canelo won't do it. Yeah, Earl won't do it. That's not what you should be repeating. That's not what you should be typing. You should be saying everyone else will, because it's for the betterment of the sport. It's your kid. I don't got a kid in boxing. My son ain't taking up this sport. So that's your son that's out there boxing. That's your son getting robbed in the amateurs over and over. That's your son's tears or daughter's tears you got to wipe when they get robbed, when they get mistreated. And that's going to be the same tears you're going to wipe as an adult when they don't get signed, or when they fight or don't when they fight is said to be on TV and all of a sudden it ain't on TV because there was a swing bout. Just saying. Because you sitting here laughing about, oh, it'll never happen. The motherfuckers that say never do shit. Motherfucker would have told me I'd have still been in the same position I was in 11, 12 years ago. But I'm not. Because I don't know what the fuck never means. Only idiots know what never means.
I ain't never say never. I just said it's extremely difficult, not just to happen.
Nothing is difficult, man.
Okay.
Especially not with money. What have you found hard to do with money?
I mean, if that you literally said basically the PBC fucking blueprint. Take the fighters, leave the others with no option. They gotta come over here to fight. I mean, did that work out?
Hell yeah. So you saying Al Heyman and the PBC aren't successful? He's not making money hand over fist?
I'm just no, absolutely. Al's absolutely making money hand over fist.
Just because
I'm just saying free TV for all.
Just because our idea is to have all the fighters paid and our idea is to be unionized, that doesn't mean that's his business plan.
That was a comparison you made.
He making money. If he wasn't making money, he'd have been out the sport. He making money. He making more. His fights are bigger now than they were in 2012. The only one from 2012 that can compare to anything that he's doing now is Floyd Canelo and Danny Matisse. So I don't know what we talking about. But we got FU2. He says John Wall was healthy and made $40 million because the team didn't want to play him. And that's what I'm saying. They paid, but you see, you guys are giving me examples.
No. But the thing is that, like, you and I are in agreement. We both acknowledge that doing what you're saying would help. The thing is that, it was a few things. One of them, you tried to say that they was making more, and then when I correct, it was like you was trying to argue, but we was right here, champ. I'm in agreement with you. I know that they set up better. I'm in agreement with you. I'm just saying, for it to happen in a year is very unlikely. And obviously you said it yourself. It would be difficult, even though you just try to, renege that. You said it'd be difficult because it would take many people with the same vision, the same idea. That's going to be hard to do. Because you didn't think the richest boxer in the world could do it by himself. So you're going to need a group of people.
Yeah, because you talking Floyd when you say richest boxer?
Well, you said, I think it's going to take more than one person with
because
the money.
Floyd.
But you said because of the money.
I just don't see. I haven't seen that in Floyd.
All right, forget Floyd. I have $1 billion. You said it's going to take more than a person with $1 billion.
I mean, if you only have $1 billion, yeah, because I mean, what's 100,000 times 7?
No. So that's what I'm saying. Like
1,000?
You said 100,000 times 7. That's 700,000
times 7. So if you only got $1 billion, I don't know. You want to spend that much? You want to get investors? I wouldn't spend my money.
And that's what I'm saying.
You got the idea.
That's what I'm saying. That with investors invest because they see a return of investment potentially. They see, and I'm not saying that they wouldn't see it.
But the idea is literally to go to the investors and say we're gonna turn boxing into the NFL or the NBA.
I understand that, but what I'm saying, they have to believe that. They have to believe in it in order to fucking put up the money. That's what I'm saying. Like in order to.
Well, you got to do the groundwork. You got to be able to. When you go to the money, you got to go to the money with the deck and be like, look, we've already contacted 7,000 fighters that are willing to come on board as long as you can give me X amount of money and I can guarantee them X amount of money a year. That's it. I mean, look, it's easier said than done. Obviously, I'm dreaming over here. I get it. I get y'all I'm going to have a lot of pessimistic haters hating, and it's okay. That's okay. But we got to spin the wheel for my man. What's his name? FU2.
So I'm just curious. Why'd you do 100? What'd you say? 100,000 times 7?
1,000.
Yeah.
Fighters.
Oh, times 7,000 fighters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cause I think a 7,000 is more than enough. I can't even imagine 3,500 fighters that y'all know.
When you said 7,000, that was just like outrageous to me.
That's what I'm saying. But if you buy all the B-sides, if you give 7,000 people, like you said, it's only 700,000.
No.
Oh, you got the math wrong.
I mean, because you said 100,000 times 7.
I said 7,000.
No, you said 7.
It's cool, 7,000.
All right.
So what we talking?
I'm actually gonna go play back.
What we talking? 7 million? We talking 7 million?
No,
70 million? What we talking?
I'm gonna go play back the audio to see.
Bruh, forget about the tit for tat, man. Talk about the conversation.
So you said 100,000.
Danny Garcia glove for that dude.
7,000.
If you want to,
that's 700 million.
700 million. See, that's why a billionaire wouldn't do it. He ain't putting up his money.
Yeah, and I mean,
now don't get me wrong,
and that's like total bad math too, because it's like you're not gonna find 7,000 guys that are at the same level. So,
I mean, I don't think you need to, bro. I'm telling you, you could do a fucking Instagram post. Once you start telling fighters you paying 100,000 to sit out, you gonna have more than enough dudes calling.
I'm just saying, why the fuck would somebody take 100,000 when somebody less than them is getting 100? So I'm just saying, like, then you got to play with that.
Because again, they don't have to. They're gonna end up taking less second time around, Danny. When I buy up all the B-sides, who you fighting? When I got Jesse Hart, who's Edgar Berlanga fighting with Top Rank? When I got eBay and I got Carlos Negron and I got, who the fuck is Jared Anderson fighting? What don't you get? We will lock this motherfucker out. You A-sides ain't got nobody to fight. This kid don't get it. Fuck the dudes with the money. Take the dudes that's begging for money. Give them money. The dudes that ain't never... Rockman, his son is... the same blood as his father, and he never made $25,000.
And they still offered him the biggest purse of his life and still managed to fuck it up. And that's what I'm saying.
But that's extra. That don't got nothing to do. All I'm saying is that name is legendary, and he ain't made $25,000. So when you offer dudes $100,000 for the better good for you, like, look, it's $100,000. I don't want you to fight, but we trying to get this done. I don't know. Let me spin this. We spent the wheel, right? It was the Danny Garcia glove champ. If you want that, you got to send another 10. You'll be in the running for that. You already know. I don't know. Again, it'll never happen. It'll never happen. I know it. I've been in this sport long enough. I've had people, with more power than you in this sport laugh at me.
2 minutes ago, you just said that never say never.
You know how it is. You know how it is, man. If I could connect the dots, I would do it. If I knew the people, I would do it. I don't think it's that hard. Obviously, this is all tongue in cheek. We it's not like we have research or analytics or anything. You know what I mean? But it seems doable. It's like you said, 7,000 fighters is far-fetched, bro. I can't even. I don't know 7,000 fighters. I think it's like 500 that matter in the world. If that. I don't even know 500, bro.
Well, no, I think,
like, who the fuck, what 500 fighters are fighting on TV? Get the fuck out of here.
But yeah, 7,000 gonna fight on TV.
No.
Let Ness tell it.
But 7,000 is a number to cause a lockout is all I'm saying. If the middleweight division got 1,500, I'm just trying to give you a good number where you could buy a certain amount from each division to cause some ruckus. Cause some
anarchy. You buy 7,000, I think you got control of the sport. Like, 1,000, you damn near got control of the sport.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I said you'll make it happen in a year.
I don't see a year, but
bro, you're gonna erase the sport from fucking television. Who's Canelo gonna fight? How much is Rocky Fielding making since that fight? You think he made 100,000?
Absolutely, no question about it.
Who versus who?
I'll tell you right now.
Versus who, man? Shit. I got some more super chats while you look that up. Adrian D. Ness, you are wrong. Do your homework. Laughing out loud emoji. Okay. We got Bougie from Broward says, y'all answer my membership super chat? Brandon, send me that. And Bougie, to answer you directly, we have not, didn't see it. Erazestro, $5 super chat says.
You meant like all together, right?
What do you mean?
Or per fight? You saying, has he made 100,000 in a fight? Or all together?
No, I'm saying after Canelo, right? How much did he make his next fight? Has he made 100,000 after fighting Canelo?
I don't know. They ain't got that information out there. Probably not though.
And that's what I'm saying.
Maybe.
Listen, I've been in this sport long enough to know these dudes ain't making 100,000. Areola made 130 to fight Wilder. Not everybody makes 100, man. I don't know why y'all thinking this shit.
And I'm gonna be honest with you too, man. Some of these fighters who are making some of these bigger purses, or who,
how much Tyler McCleary get for fight Frampton?
100
for Frampton.
100.
There you go.
100,000.
There you go. And I guarantee you, he ain't make it this year. That was last year.
Chris Arreola got 300,000 to fight Andrew Ruiz.
There you go. Telling you, man, it's not what y'all think. And Chris Arreola, think about who he is. He been in there with Wilder, Vlad, and Vitali, plus Stavern 2 times. Thomas Adam. The man's been in with the who's who of the heavyweight division. Bro, we got to stop the bullshit, man. It's a very few % of boxers that make the big money. The rest of them, they starving.
But you just said the average boxer makes more than the average athlete. So which one is it?
Well, I didn't mean average. I meant top. Okay. You know that. That's why you went and got a top athlete to compare to Shakur. You know, I meant top. But it is what it is. We got Erizestro, $5 super chat. He says Jimmy Garoppolo made $1.3 million in 2014 and played one game as a backup quarterback. Yeah, I mean, he's a backup. He's a backup. He's the bench, you know? And that ain't bad money. I'm not saying 1.3 is bad, but again, is 1.3 divided into 80-something games, right? Or is it more for football?
16 games.
That's it?
Now 17. Now now 17 games, yeah.
Damn, that's it?
Yeah.
That's fucked up. They overworking basketball players.
I mean, one, you're having physical contact on every play, and then the other one,
and
not
you
so
much.
outside.
Man, look at these two dudes trying to tell you who got a harder life, man. Neither one of y'all football players or basketball players.
I'm not saying one life is harder than the other. I'm just saying.
I'm definitely saying playing all them extra games of basketball is harder than playing football.
What about baseball then? Because baseball plays 162 games in a year.
Lord have mercy. They slaving them.
Yeah. That's because most of them are Latinos.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That is crazy. That is so crazy. I didn't know it was that many games.
160.
How did they find the time to air that shit?
I mean, and that's the thing, bro. And that's literally the thing. Like, baseball, with as many games and as poorly attended as it may be, still, like,
it's America's sport.
Still doing better numbers than most boxing fights.
Isn't that the phrase here? It's America's sport, right?
I think they call it America's pastime.
Fucking garbage. IBO shirt, is that $5, Danny?
Yeah, 10.
Oh, so
hats, 5.
So I don't know if you're in there just yet. I gotta check. Let me see. That super chat spin was for Erizestro with the $5. Next one is the Axiom says major sports healthcare is better than boxing. Yeah, anything is gonna be better than boxing. They actually have structure. We're the ones with no structure. $2 super chat says Danny, you're totally wrong. Ness is totally right. Matt Ben 100. Thank you, Matt Ben. Let me see what else we got.
$50 super chat.
Actually, before that, we got FU2, $5 super chat. He says, if you erase boxing from television for a year, the average sports fan won't care. There are too many other options. Only boxing fans would care. Maybe you're right. But again, we don't really need the boxing fans to care. It's more about the networks. It's more about,
But see, that's the thing, though, that what's going to make the networks care? It's only...
You're right.
The networks are only going to care if their TV ratings are being affected, which is affecting their pockets. So,
I mean, listen, even 50 Cent had to tell his audience to call stars and have them add it to their cable subscriber. Like, I'm not asking them not to do nothing that hasn't already been done. 50 is more successful. 50 getting millions, hundreds of millions to create his pilots and series, and he still needed the power of his audience. All I'm saying is get your fucking audience that does care to fight for the sport.
Bo.
Yes, sir.
So SDX has been sending some money. He just sent 50, saying how much more do I need for giveaways? And I know that he'd been sending money up to that asking. So do you know?
So he was just entered into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame shirt.
Okay.
He sent the 50. He sent $199 asking that question, and he just sent $5.
Well, he has a lot, actually. So
yeah, those were each one of them.
No, you missed one. So he's got the first one was a $10. Next one was another $10. Next one was a $2, and then the next one was a $50. So if you want, we could take you out of the T-shirt, send another 3, and you're in the raffle for the Canelo flight, hotel, watch the pay-per-view, all that good stuff. If not, send another 13, and you're in the raffle, plus you stay in the shirt raffle for the Hall of Fame. So 13 is the amount that you need to send if you want to be in the giveaway.
For the shirt and the trip, and only $3 if you just want to be in the giveaway for the trip.
And take you out of the shirt. Shout out to you. Let me drop a bomb for that 50 because we do appreciate it.
And, Bo, do we have any callers?
Yes, we got King Born.
Hey, yo, King Born here.
Brooklyn Zoo is coming through your town.
Let's get to it.
When you see old dirty bastards in a position like that, then you know they don't get ready to bust your
I love my TVV comrades. Listen, man.
What?
Goddamn spider crime, goddamn South Shane. That's all I need, and I'm good.
SDS Promotions.
Hey, yo, y'all hear me?
We hear you.
Hey, listen, man. Entertainment. I got everybody surrounded. TBV live chat, TBV comrades. I got the TBV universe surrounded. It's a hot package in the streets. What day is today? Twitch them up, fix them up. Got the fights we all want to see. Put it on the poll, let's fuck it. Yo, hey, yo, Bo, let's go. Hey, yo, Ringwalk, let's go. Fundora versus Garcia, right? At 154. Thurman versus Harrison at 154. Rolly Romero versus Regis Prograis at 140. Usyk versus Wilder, heavyweight. Dannebeck versus Laura at 160. Who won it? TBV live chat. I hear y'all back there. Let's get this shit live today. It's switch them up, fix them up day. What y'all think about the fights?
I like them.
Garcia, Thurman Harrison, Rolly Romero versus Regis
Fundora, Danny Garcia?
Yeah, 154.
Oh, I thought he meant Sergio Garcia. Oh, man, yeah, nah.
Nah. Hey, live chat, the world. Y'all know what's going on here.
So what does Danny get out of fighting Fundora?
Oh, listen what I'm saying. These the fun fights. Don't get too technical, brother. We just having fun today. You know what I'm saying? It was a week in the boxing. Shit was wild. What the fuck happened to Mo Hooker? Did he have too many? Was he fucking too many hookers, y'all?
Nah, you know what happened. Blair the Flair, the real deal. People need to stop hating on him. Know what I'm saying?
He good, yo. Mo Hooker, man, don't look like his mind in his boxing shit. You heard? And Virgil Ortiz, McKinnison, man. I told you that was an English McMuffin shit going on, man. You know what I mean? But look, he's in position, y'all. We can't.
Cut it. Yo, Brandon Lenz in Houston with the hater chat, $3. How many dead NBA guys have been diagnosed with CTE? Then we got SDX2 Renzi with another $20 super chat, covering the 13 that he needed to put him in the raffle for the Canelo flight and giveaway, as well as his Boxing Hall of Fame shirt.
Plus $7 spin.
Plus a $7 spin, which would be a $2 if he lands on something, and a $5. All right, let's give him a spin. Anybody next on the super chat, Danny?
Not on the super chat.
We got Why So Serious on Discord.
All right. Go to him. I got David Benavidez glove, which is actually, so he sent 20. We need to $7. So You know how that goes. It would be 8 if you want it. If not,
all good.
We love you nonetheless. None the same.
Why so serious? What up?
What's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Alrighty. So first, shout out to Dewey. Man, dude is the truth, and he got a lot of game to give. So hopefully y'all can get him on the regular, like maybe once a month or something. I like him.
He pretty much
and I agree with this. I agree with his thoughts on Jake versus Hassan. Me myself, I'm a fan of jump roping over running, and as you see from the Discord message I'll be sending you. So one thing I wanted to say though about that was just shout out to Bo, man, because no one can deny that idea was very intelligent, just like you are, Bo. You and Danny are a really good mix for the show, so y'all just keep up the good work. Ness, in regards to this topic, I think overall you're right. We got to attack the networks, and your Henry Ford idea suggestion was correct. You just said it wrong. Danny busted your ass with the card thing, but what you were trying to say is when Ford started, he was what we consider.
Who we got next? Venom? Bo?
Sean Garcia, just one moment.
Oh, that's who that is?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Sean?
Yo.
What's good?
What up, Sean Garcia?
Yo, Nas, I just want to ask you, don't you think the Zone tried that when they signed Joshua and Canelo? And then not only did they sign them, they signed their rosters who they were promoted by. They signed a Golden Boy matchroom.
Come on, champ. Of course they didn't try that. The Zone chose the wrong people to be in bed with. You know that. Now, from a global standpoint, maybe Eddie was the right choice. But boxing, while everybody likes to say it's global and international, it truly lives in two countries, which is America and the UK. That's it. Even though it's more popular in the UK, they still dream. They still go to sleep at night wishing to fight in America, in Las Vegas or in New York. I mean, that is every boxer's dream. No one goes to sleep at night hoping to fight at the O2. That's not the way that it works. The mecca of boxing is in America. They chose the wrong people to align themselves with. Believe me, if they would have gave that $1 billion to Al Heyman and his 200 plus fighters, what do you think would have happened? If they would have gave that money to Bob Arum and his 170 something fighters, what do you think would have happened? Bob Arum has more of a track record being successful as a promoter. He has single-handedly created every star that you know except for fucking Canelo. Like, he literally made
Tyson.
Who, Fury? Because last I checked, Tyson Fury is with Bob Arum.
The original.
Okay, because I was gonna say
the original.
I was gonna say
the one everybody thinks of when I say Tyson.
Of course, Tyson, because Tyson didn't even get popular until he got with fucking Bob Arum. Like, the whole fact that he re-signed with Top Rank and not Showtime is what got everybody upset. You know what I'm saying?
You know.
But go ahead, Sean. I hear you keep trying.
You gotta understand it. So they signed Canelo and what's his name, Joshua. But they also had almost every top middleweight.
No, they
in
didn't.
The top 15. They had almost every.
No,
champion.
they didn't. No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. They had
You're telling lies, man. You're telling lies. They signed Canelo. They signed Canelo and Demetrius Andrade. Okay, later, they signed Billy Joe. You know, they did have Jacobs. You know, but remember, Jacobs never fought Gennady, never fought Andre, never fought Billy Joe
on the Zone.
Exactly. So they had all the middleweights for nothing. They didn't do it right.
He fought Canelo.
They didn't do it right.
He fought Canelo. What do you mean? He fought Canelo right first year.
Bro, you talking about Daniel and Billy, and even now Gennady fighting Canelo on the Zone. Of course, everyone got their shot at the cash cow. None of them fought each other. They even had Chris Eubank for one point and never fought. Like, What are you talking about? They didn't do it right. It was the wrong person in charge.
And
He's not strong enough for the position. And by strong, I mean, demanding enough. They kept trying to get more money from Eddie. Al tells his dudes to fight. They fight. And then guess what we see on paper? They making $1 million. Y'all laugh at them, but guess what? He got them to fight. Maybe not. Maybe they making more money on the back end, but it ain't no argument. Thurman fought Danny. Thurman fought Porter. Danny fought Earl. Danny fought Porter. You know what I'm saying? We could go on and on and on. And on paper, them dudes made way less than Canelo.
And a lot of those fights was on free TV. Just throwing that out there. Like Danny Thurman, CBS. Porter Thurman, I believe, was CBS. So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of those fights wasn't even, you talking the app that nobody really even bought into. Like, my man's paid fucking Jesse Vargas $7 million to fight Thomas Delorme, and then paid him like $3 million to fight Humberto Soto on the undercard in Tijuana. Like, Al would never. But who we got next, bro?
Real Jose 97.
Real Jose, what up?
Unmute. There we go.
Hello.
Yo. Shit, I was just calling to say that I do agree with Ness. I feel like something like that does need to happen to the sport for the sake of the future of the sport. Because, like,
we both agreed on that. Ness just believes that it's doable in a year. I just think that it won't happen. I think it should happen. I just think it won't happen. Especially not in a year. He believes not just will it happen, but it'll happen in a year time.
Yeah, no, I mean it might take over a year, which that probably wouldn't be good for the sport, but it definitely needs to happen because I mean now you got college players being able to get paid now and sign deals, so that's gonna push the youth to go towards football and basketball more, you know.
Jose.
So, yeah.
You had 60 plus amateur fights, correct?
Yeah.
And did you go pro?
No.
How much would you have accepted for your first pro fight? I mean, you fighting another debuter. Like, what's the minimum that you would have accepted for their fight on an untelevised card?
500. I mean, it depends because I mean, I know people that gotta pay other people just to be able to get fights out here in the Midwest, you know.
Exactly.
So it just depends.
That's my
it's
problem
really hard
too.
for people
I'd
to
be
get
worried about what
opportunities.
the promoter has to be paying others. But how much
I
would you accept?
had a guy there was a guy out in Missouri that he was a promoter, and he said he only allowed his fighters to fight on his card. If you wanted to get on his card, you had to pay like $800, you know.
Yep, that's a
so you're not even getting paid. And like that's the shit that's wrong with the sport. You got a lot of these fucking dudes out here in the Midwest just milking the game on some lame ass fights, but
yeah, because they understand that you will never get a payday. You'll never get on Showbox. Yeah. You'll never get on ESPN. You'll never get on HBO. You'll never get on any halfway decent fight unless you are 12, 13, at least 8-0. And there's no way for you to do that. There's no way for you to do that if you don't have a promoter, if you don't have a manager. You got to pay for your slot fee. You got to pay for your opponent. And that's what I'm saying. Like, dudes hating on Jake like they don't do it themselves. Like Floyd's first opponent wasn't paid for. Like Pacquiao's first opponent wasn't paid for. These motherfuckers fuck me up.
Yeah, you gotta pay up to get just to get in the ring at times.
Not just that, but because you know, there is nothing to protect the fighters. Yo, if you're not with the right team, some of these fighters signing fucked up deals, man.
For real.
Like, I'm talking about fucked up deals. Like, your favorite champion might be paying a 30%, you know what I'm saying, fee to his peoples.
We got Stone Bone Boxing.
Stone Bone, what up?
What up?
Yeah, man. Ness, you on to something, man. You got a Alabama native there. What is the most historic known boycott like to black people that happened in both states?
The
Million Man March.
Nah, hell no. The Million Man March was in like DC.
Oh, that was in DC. The most known in the black culture was the Montgomery Bush boycott. You know how long that went on?
How
That went on for 12 to 13 months, a year.
long?
So black people was able to break down a national busing system that made them sit on the back of the bus, not even get on some buses. We talking about a historical racist state that had crazy governors, mayors. It took a year to get that done. I believe in a situation. Ness, don't do 100,000. We can save ourselves overhead about 50,000. We say, hey, whatever your contract say, we'll give you 2. So Rockman, you made 25,000. Here go 50. Don't fight. You made 10,000. Here go 30. Don't fight. We can set a precedent to get those guys to fall back. Al paid Peter Quillen 500,000 to not fight. You don't think it's cheaper for him to pay guys who made 20,000? How much you think it cost him to overpay his fighters and buy network time on every network? How much you think he spent doing that?
He
could have did what Ness. Man, he could have did what Ness said. Probably for the quarter amount of money he gave all those networks and overpaid those fighters, and maybe got to a stronger position than he was. He spread himself thin. So Ness, you might be on something. I say it might not be possible in a year, but I bet you when they started walking in Alabama, they didn't think that bus boycott would only take 13 months. Some people was prepared for 5 years. So
I think we could do it cheaper now. Now that you called in, I think we could do it cheaper. I think that's what they need to start. $1 million boxer march.
But it wasn't the $1 million march, bro. You steady talking about that shit. That shit wasn't. That shit was in DC.
Okay, and
this shit was in Alabama.
It's not $1 million. $1 million man.
Okay, and this shit was only over 100 people, right or wrong?
All right, but all I'm saying is, imagine if 90% of the boxers came together in one place. Even if, like Bo said, let Rockman live stream it. So come together in one place, some sort of auditorium. You know, a B-Hop, a Oscar, a Floyd. Those are your speakers. You know what I'm saying? And people coming together, I think everyone else will take
Bo, who
notice.
We got next?
Danny is so pessimist. You seen him roll him in his eyes and shit. Next time, zoom in on his fucking eyes.
We got Liz Lowe.
Pessimist over here, bruv.
$1 million march over here.
Yeah, million. It ain't $1 million.
That's what came out your mouth.
It's million man march. But I said million boxer. I don't know what he talking about.
Liz Lowe, you there?
Get them women in there too. They want they 3 minutes.
Okay. So we got Marlon So Icy Sim.
Hey, there go a fighter right there. You made $100K boxing champ in a year. And in 1 year, in one calendar year.
Not at all. And that's why
you probably made more, because let's say the average boxer make more than the average athlete.
Here go the pessimist trying to make it a joke because I made one mistake.
So he probably made more than $1 million.
I made one mistake trying to ruin my argument because of one mistake. You mad?
Made more than $1 million.
Ain't nobody calling saying you right.
No, but I definitely agree with this situation. Should be, and all of us as fighters need to stick together and do this. If it's not going to help us out currently, it'll help out the next generation and the people going forward, so that we can grow the sport of boxing. Like you said, if we get this all put together, then that means that kids can get introduced to it, sooner, and it just grow the sport. I think that if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, we need you to sit out 30,000, don't take a year," then for this situation, then that's something I would do personally.
I agree, man. There's a lot of other fighters, man. There's the chops. Like you do $1 million boxing mark and have chop come up there and say, "Man, I'm 40 something," and they still.
Bro,
why
do you steady bringing something like you steady bringing that up? Like that shit happened in like the 90s in DC. The fucking. Bro, the other shit was in Bama in the 50s or 60s.
Why can't I bring? Why is it upsetting you? Why can't I say that 1 million boxers could come together to cause change? What the fuck is wrong
because
with
it ain't
that?
1 million boxers in the world. So how you gonna get 1 million?
But what's wrong with that? Why that upsets you so much? This dude is so weird today. It's insane to me. Like my man is so upset because I want boxers to come together. Stop saying that. Like why? Why can't they come together?
I'm not saying that they can't, bro, but we damn near sitting here lying to the people talking about something that we know is not going to happen.
Why isn't it going to happen?
Because it would have happened already. The money been out there. You talking about the money.
So again, when Stonebone called and said his story, I'm sure there was people like you that said that wouldn't happen. You going to sit in your ass in the back of the bus. Okay, so what is you talking about? Like, bro, these dudes that don't like change, they so fucking negative. Like, if you don't want change, that's cool. Just sit there and wait for the show to be over. But you so negative. You want it to be only your way. That's not how I look at things.
And I'm
optimistic. I love my life.
Cool.
I wake up every morning super happy. I'm happy now. Once this is over, I'm going to smoke and be happier. Like, you not happy, champ. Okay. I'm not angry. Okay. I'm not mad. I want to believe that 1 million people coming together can make change. That's my belief.
Okay, where you going to get 1 million boxes from?
Damn. Oh, now he knows all the boxes in the world. Now he knows everybody in Ghana. Because I get hit up 1 million times a day by African fighters and shit that I don't fucking know. This motherfucker got a count on all the boxes all of a sudden. He ain't the almanac. He got all the fucking numbers to every boxer. He know that it ain't 1 million. So that's it. That idea
and I ain't got
shit.
The answers. I'm just saying. But
no,
it's
you
on
ain't got the
BoxRec.
answer, but you shitting on every fucking suggestion.
How am I shitting,
like,
bro?
Okay,
like,
bro.
I am speaking,
but we ain't got 1 million boxes,
realistically.
bro. So we got 500,000 together. We got 200,000 together. It will make a fucking difference.
I'm not saying it wouldn't.
Let the media come.
I'm just
let the
I just like to
motherfuckers
tell the
voice
people the
what's
truth,
been going
that's
on.
all.
Like I said, get some fucking speakers. Let Chop Chop tell you how tough it's been. Let Chop Chop tell you what the fuck he got to accept in some of these fights, so some of these prospects that you dick rotten could get a name under their belt. But they ain't paying Chop Chop shit.
I was thinking about Chop
The
Chop
fuck
yesterday.
is we talking about? This dude is so fucking negative.
Chop Chop
Lord.
is the first boxer I ever seen with his own shoe, his own glove. He the first boxer I ever seen hit an aqua bag. He the first boxer I ever seen do the ab wheel. Chop Chop.
Bruh,
and he like 45, 48 years
Hasim
old.
Rahman out here. Who the fuck? Let me think hard. He just had a fighter. He had Keith Hunt under contract. I bet you none of y'all know that. I said Hasim Rahman Sr. had Keith Hunter under contract. I bet none of y'all know that.
He said it on the show.
I bet none of y'all know that Keith was about to gloss him to get out that contract. But you a legendary fighter. You out here managing motherfuckers and you can't even do it good. It's so many fighters out here that don't got no fucking money, and this dude over here so negative with a bunch of other million motherfuckers negative because they don't care about the next man. But I do. This is a sport I care about. You understand? So when I see Chop Chop, you heard him. Everybody that comes in this chair, he talk, because Ness just got here, man. He cared too much. I do. There's a fighter right now talking about, I'm 5-0. Can I get on your show? When's your fight? I'm working on it. When's your last fight? It's been over a year. I'm still texting him. I don't shut nobody down. Like, that's not me, man. That's just not me. If 1 million of y'all motherfuckers come together, I guarantee you'd be some change. To expect it not to be, that's just a pessimist. How the fuck could 1 million people get together or anything close to it? Even if it was 100,000 boxers, when has it been done before?
I don't care if it was 1,000.
You don't care if it's 1,000. Okay.
You know, I just feel like I'm being more realistic. That's
ESPN picked up Rahman weighing in at a gym on his cell phone. I said they picked up Rahman weighing in at a gym, unsanctioned, no commission, on a cell phone. They picked it up. But they won't pick up 1,000 fighters coming together to talk about how they've been fucked. That's what Danny wants you to believe.
I mean, what else is they picking up?
Every fucking thing.
Okay.
TMC didn't just have Hasim Rahman Sr. on there.
We talking
about I'll fight Jake Paul and see if you don't want to fight my son.
Yeah, but you talking
Come
about
on, man.
You talking about
Come on,
a pay-per-view
man.
fight. You're not talking about the
A
average
cancel
guy
pay-per-view fight. Cut the bullshit.
against right. So
Cut
it was
the
big enough to
bullshit.
be on pay-per-view.
Cut the bullshit. They pick up everything these days, man. Don't give me that bullshit. We got another $10 fat one from SDNX. He says, much love. Salute TBV. This is the 8 for the glove, but I know I'm going to win that Canelo giveaway, so looking forward to meeting y'all soon. 100 emoji, so put him in the Benavidez glove as well. And that is SDX Renzi. And I think that is
Danny Garcia glove.
Yeah. No, the Benavidez.
Okay, you're not on Benavidez.
Yeah, and we'll do the wheel spin for him. And it looks like we got something else just came in, Danny. Oh, another 2 came in.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
No?
I see one.
All right. Spinning for SDNX. Uh-oh, spray ground champ. Wait, he sent that 10. Wait, I fucked up, right? That 10 was for the glove. So he ain't really supposed to have got another spin.
Yeah. So then it's just $5 super chat with Black Belt Ben. What happens when said fighter gets offered $300,000 to fight a top fighter after you paid him $50,000 not to fight? Is he allowed?
Of course not. That's what's called the contract, ladies and gentlemen. You seen when you thought Fury was walking away. You seen when you thought Andy was walking away. Contracts are real. I mean, Lennox tried to walk away. That ain't. I mean, excuse me. Was who the fuck was in that rematch? Rockman tried to walk away. Nope, happening. You know what I'm saying? Contracts is there for a reason, man. You either gonna uphold it or pay something. What'd you say about?
We're gonna try Liz Low again.
Let me get this spin off for who was that, Danny?
That was Black Belt Ben.
How much?
$5.
Spinning. He a black belt in karate. IBO shirt. How much is the IBO shirt?
$10.
That's what he said.
So with five more, you can have that. And then Liz Low.
Elijah, raise your hand again. All right, Liz Low.
Yo.
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
You hear me?
We hear you.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Guess you ain't got nothing to say.
Mm-hmm. Well, we heard you, but you're not in a good service area. Right. So we'll wrap up.
We got Elijah. He was in the YouTube chat. He has
Elijah, what up?
And he is here for his first call ever. Accept the invite, Elijah. And once you accept it, you just unmute. There you go. Now speak.
Am I in?
Yes.
Yep. What's going on, y'all? How you doing this morning?
Good, man. How you doing?
I just want to say, love the show. Love you guys so much. You guys are dope. I want to say Ness is making some really good points to me about buying up all those, because all those fighters we call bums, tomato cans, cab drivers, those dudes, that's the rock bottom of the sport. You know, if you get all them bought out, you could really run the sport for real.
Absolutely, man. Totally agree.
Just wanted to say I agree, and I just had a quick question about the Canelo Triple G thing. Is that only on Cash App, or you guys have a Venmo account as well, or?
Yeah, I do have a Venmo. I do have a Venmo. Let me look it up. I think it should be probably Nestor Gibbs or the Boxing Voice though.
But yeah,
okay.
We do have obviously not just the Cash App, but you could send it via Super Chat as well.
I prefer they don't, simply because YouTube takes 30%. So out that 75, we ain't really getting the 75 that is required for the raffle. But like I said, I do have a Venmo. It says pay your request. So let me see how I do it to know what's my shit, right? So yeah, it's Nestor Gibbs. At NestGTO is the Venmo if you prefer to use Venmo.
NestGTO. Go ahead.
Yep, at NestGTO. NESGTO.
All right, thanks. You have a good morning.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you rocking out with the show.
$5 super chat says up and down show today, but overall good content. Danny had you beat today, Nez, but you had some decent points. All love, TBV.
Look, I don't mind losing. The idea was out. Bo, you've inspired me. I couldn't believe that Rockman took your idea. It would have been great to be like, thank you, TBV, or shout out to Bo who works for TV. Some sort of recognition, but it is what it is. So I figured, why not put my idea out there? You know what I mean?
So these dudes need to come together. A spin.
These dudes need to come together. Call a press conference, rent out the Madison Square Garden.
That only holds 20,000.
To go over some of these issues, man. Call in the media, give certain fighters a speaker.
We combine the media companies too, like us and Fight Hub and.
Why can't journalism should always be individual so that they're not controlled?
But a sport should be monopolized,
because it needs control.
Did Jonathan Sims send you a cash out for a second call, or does he have 2 calls?
Let's double check. Cash App $ the Boxing Voice #1. And right now on the Cash App, it looks like we have Jonathan Sims with a $5.
All right. My boy.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened during my call. If my time got cut or what, but what I was saying was, Ness, I thought your idea with the Henry Ford was on point. I just thought you used the wrong example, meaning that when he started, everything he did was in-house. Later, we progressed to where we outsource things like raw material and finished goods. And I do think that's what boxing needs. So for me, like you said, at its bare minimum, it's the network. The networks have the budgets, which then tells the fighters what they can and can't do unless you do pay-per-view. Maybe the idea is to exclude the networks and you outsource it. Because I like what KSI and the Logan kid did on Facebook, where they excluded the third party, did it, and profit everything with like $10 pay-per-views. Like it may not be the
that was YouTube, and that was proof of concept. See, they showed the networks, yo, we could actually do it, and they like, damn, y'all did that with y'all muscle. Imagine if we put our marketing dollars.
Exactly. But see, the thing is, we got to ruffle up the networks because they are the real persons in control. And I love how you admitted that there's only really 3 boxer bosses in boxing. And you mentioned them having network deals. Everybody else got like promoter deals. So it's either you got to unionize the network or the promoters, or these fighters going to have to take a chance and exclude the networks like the Paul kid did and show these networks that boxing in themselves are a commodity. But I think overall you are right. We just got to put forth the motion against the networks, just like you're right about starting boxing in schools. Until we start this shit, none of it matters. But those are 2 phenomenal ideas.
We definitely need to include boxing in the curriculum in school. The argument should always be that in some of these schools there's lacrosse, there's rugby, there's definitely
they just varsity women's flag football.
There's definitely football, contact football, baseball where you could get hit with a bat and a fastball. There's wrestling. I mean, there's absolutely no reason why boxing shouldn't be in there other than mothers and fathers telling the principal and the school board that it's dangerous. I don't want my son being punched in the head.
I think the issue isn't.
Shout out to Elijah that did send that $75 just so he knows we got it.
So, but I think the issue is not as much the safety. Like, the safety obviously is an issue, and that's a cause for concern. But, yo, that same episode that he talking about that you said that was when we had Celestino, the ref.
Yeah.
And he was telling us we don't even have enough refs for the amateurs, but yet we're supposed to get, like, think about what you're asking. You want to get at least one. Look, listen. At least one. Just one, and at least one trained professional per school that is qualified in not just coaching and teaching the kids.
Yeah, but
properly.
That's not a big problem. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
It's a problem in the amateurs, but it won't be. It won't be in something that doesn't exist.
I look like a Mr. Know-It-All.
Because it's more structured. When you involve a school and a community and all that, it's way more. I'm with you, Ness.
It's
I don't think that would be a problem.
It's beyond that. Again, I'm gonna look like I'm Mr. Know-It-All and all that, but.
That's not what this is.
If they gave me the money, I would do it right. If they gave me the money, I would do it right. And as simple as this, I named Chop Chop. I can mention, I don't know, Orlando Salido. Actually, he might have too much money. He's an immigrant. The dollar to peso is different. He might have some money saved up. But a Celestino Caballero, I'm sure you could give him $50,000 a year to be a referee. They lack referees because they're not going to the right people. Referees have to, A, be volunteers, B, they're retired. They're not making jobs for these fighters. If promoters started to hire former fighters in these positions, not only would our sport be better, but then there would be a place for a Chop Chop and other fighters like him. He don't got to fight past 40-something years old. He could be a ref. He could be a commissioner. He could be a judge. You know, so many things that he can do within the sport to help the sport. You know,
but
a fighter would have more knowledge of you cheating as a commission official than a commission official that never been in the sport, never been in the ring,
if we
never
have
been
an
in
issue,
a gym.
like, bro, so think about it, right? What you're asking, how many prominent boxing locations would you say are in the U.S.?
I mean, you got the tri-state area, which in itself is 3 to 4 states, depending who you discuss or debate with. So you got New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. You got Philadelphia and PA, huge boxing cities and states. Texas, all of it. Cali, all of it.
The Midwest.
Vegas. Yeah, North Carolina. Fucking.
Well, I don't know about that being prominent, but yeah. I was with you.
See, so where we disagree is it is prominent because what you don't understand is that there is a market, right? So like my friends at Southpaw, they get people ready they get eBay ready for Jared. There's nowhere for eBay to go but North Carolina, but Louisiana, but where's James Payne from? Tennessee. Like, if you ain't no major, you ain't getting on TV. So you got to go build your record in North Carolina.
So right, real quick, I don't really want to prolong this, but like, if we have it in high schools, right, that means that we have to find about 27,000.
What?
I mean, we would
27,000 schools.
I mean, that's how many high schools we have in this country, or a little bit over. So now, if you want them to participate, you need at least one coach per.
Well, you do know that you don't need 27,000. You can have, they could put the curriculum in schools and it only be 3 schools. And just like hundreds of movies based on true stories that I've seen about schools and teams starting in that school for the first time, they play who they can play. And they might get a pass to the championships because they're handicapped or they don't have enough players or there's not enough players in their, what you call it? You know, region or, you know how y'all other sports separated. So don't give me that bullshit, Bobby. We could start with 3 schools in the whole fucking world. And then next year or next semester, curriculum, calendar year, school year, it'd be 4 schools and then 5 schools. It don't got to be 27,000 schools right away. My man be so
no,
pessimistic.
I'm just saying, no, it's not being pessimistic. Once again, being realistic, right?
It could be 2 schools.
When you implement something, right? So just like the pros that they have commissions, there's fucking organizations overseeing this. So you know that's why they tried it in Chicago. They had boxing in the private schools, right?
Okay.
Bro, there's just not enough money, trainers, coaches. Like,
there's always enough money.
Okay.
Honestly, it's just gonna take someone like myself, but not like myself. And what I mean by that is someone who's passionate, has the time, right? Because we could go back to how B-Hop started. Cool, your mom thinks boxing's too bad for school. Let's go back to the prison system. They need structure. They need discipline. That's what boxing brings. Let's get boxing, a boxing program approved throughout the detention facilities across the country, and we can have that funded. We can have it funded. There's plenty of fucking detention centers and extracurricular activities and boys and girls clubs and shit to keep kids off street that's funded now. Let's put it back in the prisons then. You know, let's put it in summer camp. If it is not just school, if school's too hard, all I'm saying is if we don't implement, it will disappear. That's it. You're going to need someone that wants to fight the good fight. It's never going to be easy for change, bro. That's not what this is.
But it looks like that is all the callers. No more super chats.
Did you get to Alan G and we got a few actually, right?
Oh, shit.
After Black Belt, we got Jay Ware. Up and down. You said that one, right?
I read that one.
Average boxing fan 199 said Ness needs to shut the fuck up when it comes to UFC fighters. Cool. Alan G says $5. I think y'all skipped my super chat earlier. All good. I'm just trying to get a spin, y'all. Let me see Alan G. Scrolling. He said, was the Haney fight on pay-per-view ESPN? Just curious, or was it just part of the subscription?
Regular ESPN. Regular ESPN.
Great show. Friday also rewatched this morning's. No. Friday also rewatched it this morning.
And I just want...
So he's seen Fridays this morning as well.
trying to
Damn,
think.
shout out to you. You started early, huh?
Yeah, somebody texted me yesterday,
saying what?
Basically, just talking about a show from like a week ago. I'm like, damn, champ, you went back. He like, yeah, I'm playing catch up.
Yeah, well, remember, because of things only you and I know, we didn't upload the MP3 to the world. It was only on YouTube.
No, yeah, I hear you. I just want to remind everybody too that starting August 29th, we will be going from 6 to 9. So y'all better actually this is our last full week, right?
So this is what he has to say. Starting August 29th, 6 to 9 o'clock will be
our morning show.
Well, it will be it will be I kind of want to say hard stopping or the reason why we're hard stopping at 9, but without the reason, but it's kind of a reason for like a phrase for that as to, you know, because moving forward, like
just like TV, they have time slots.
Yeah, we have to stop on that 9 because we have to go live on that 12. Moving forward, August 29th. So when we call drive-by from now on, you will get half of your original call. Guys like Stonebone, you know I love you, but even if your call is as great as it is today, I gotta cut you. No one will be smaller or greater than the 1 minute time limit because we do have to tighten up the way that we do the show because we have to be more structured due to the second daily show that we plan to implement August 29th.
And the reason to bring that up was just because this will be the last full week, right? This will be the last full week.
Tuesday I leave to Florida and to cover the Broner stuff, and he leaves to
Tuesday I leave to Houston.
And then he goes to Chicago
and then Detroit,
all over the world.
and then Philly. So yeah, just want to remind everybody.
But we will be doing the show every single day. I'm probably going to be getting some remote guests as I'll be back in my home studio. So we'll see the Amins and the Adrians of the world once again. And right now we got to do a super chat spin for Alan G. 2 of them.
We got
2 of them?
Yeah, because the other one that we missed, which is this $5 that we're spinning now for the super chat you just read, he landed on the TBV hoodie. Yes, it is the hoodie.
So if you send another 5, Alan G, you'll get entered into that.
He already did. So Alan, make it clear with Bo whether that 5 that you have there.
Well, I thought you said he had only sent 5 before.
No, he sent 5. Then he sent another 5 to tell us we missed the super chat. So he does have 10 already.
Right. So then he would need to send another 5 for the hoodie.
Because the hoodie's 15. That's what it is. Danny's on point. I usually forget the prices of things, so I made a mistake.
We got Keem the Dream on Discord.
So what do we do, though? Do we spin for a second 5 or do we wait to see?
Let's see what he says.
All right, Keem on Discord. What up?
Unmute.
What up?
What up? Y'all hear me?
Barely.
I hear you.
Damn, but it's on the
he's on a shit tooth.
Oh, you got a shit tooth. Yeah, we don't really hear you.
I don't know how to take it off.
You just turn your Bluetooth off.
Just cancel the Bluetooth with that utility menu. Alan G sent us 5 for the hoodie.
Hear me better now?
We hear you.
All right, what up, Ness, Danny, Bama Bo.
Yo.
What's going on? Y'all been good show this morning, man. Been tuning in. That was cool. Y'all had Giovanni on, man. You know, I'm in Central Florida. I've been watching him his career progress since the beginning. So seeing that he made it to TBV is that's dope, man. And I like that trainer y'all had on today. Y'all had him on before too, man. What's his name?
Dewey Cooper.
Dewey Cool, I like that dude, man. I like the way, I don't know, he does good interviews, man. He's got a lot of knowledge on the sport and just on fighting as a whole. You know, I know he talks about his martial arts a lot, but I like that dude, man. He's cool when he comes on the show. Y'all should have him in as much as you can, man. He's always a good interview. But yeah, as far as the boxing, y'all talking a lot about what could be done to fix boxing. I didn't hear anybody mention the amateurs. What y'all think about that? Like amateurs,
No,
has a lot of flaws,
we've literally done an
go through
entire
before
show.
they even get to the pros.
Yeah, we've done an entire show on that, bro. Like if we get started on the amateurs, we're gonna be here another 2 hours. Like we was when we talked about the amateurs. Like, you know,
amateurs need to be paid too, though. It's no different if they just change. I didn't know. See, I don't follow those other sports, which I guess.
But that's not
conversational. It'll help me in this.
That's not how that works, though. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the college, if you're getting money now in college,
that's not how that works, though. You gotta be a somebody. Like you gotta.
Not everybody's getting money.
No, and it's all like, you get what I'm saying, sponsorship deal, and then right, they're even saying now that they're allowing it. There's reports that checks are bouncing.
Oh wow.
That, you know, the checks ain't coming through. That motherfuckers getting their money, you know, weeks late, months late. So
corruption exists in every sport.
I mean, in anything, but like I said, that literally was athletes being paid off their likeliness. You know what I'm saying? Off their likeness. Like, you got a name, you could make money off your name. You don't got a name, you just like anybody else, you still struggling, you still fucked.
Yeah, man, we ain't got the answers, but somebody give me $1 billion and I'll show you how to get this done. I'm telling you right now.
King Amin of Essex with a freaking weed nugget in his nose.
What up?
I
was just talking about you, Champ, man. I see you grinding. I know you see me liking and commenting, man. Keep doing what you're doing. It's a long battle, but you're going to make it.
Oh, for sure, man. Listen, man. This is what we do. When you do what you love, it ain't work. You know what I'm saying? So
tell them again.
When you do what you love, tell them, Bo, tell them, Danny, when you do what you love, it ain't work. You don't got to be trying to plan and finagle. So with these fights, I guess I'm wondering why, if these fighters love fighting so much, you know, I understand you got to get paid, but if you love it, it's a lot of ways that they should be able to come to the table. The problem is the people that love it, they don't love it. They love the money. And a lot of them guys ain't even had no fight. So the guys that are, I heard one of the cats, somebody came on the show because TBV got all the exclusives. They treating it like, it was Mickey Bay. Shout out to Bay. Like, they treating it like gang, cut up the pie, 5 families in New York. You know what I'm saying? And you need an upstart. You need somebody to come in there and try to break the system, you know, but sometimes you get in and you become a part of the system instead of breaking it. So, you know, shit be going haywire. But, you know, hopefully we get, you know, I'm going to try to utilize my minute, fellas, that Tank and Ryan. I know it's not going to be coming no time soon. And Maxie Hughes is an alright opponent, but it's like who we get after Maxie Hughes. Give Ryan Garcia a little bit of credit.
I don't know if he ever fights him, man. I mean, after telling Devin that it matters who you win your belt from, how you going to go win a belt from Maxie Hughes and make it matter?
Because I'm trying to be optimistic, bro.
Let me tell you why, right? Because it's only when it applies to him, right? When it benefits him, that's the only time it applies, right? Like, if it don't benefit him, if it ain't in his favor, it don't apply. It's different rules. You get what I'm saying?
For sure. Well,
appreciate the time, fellas. Don't let me hold it up. TBV is the best fucking boxing show. Period.
Let's go. Yo, that is everybody. I want to
Info Joe. You know it ain't no show without Info Joe.
Oh shit, call him sneaking.
Info Joe is a beast.
Checkbox Rec. Joe, you alive? Y'all gotta stop using these Bluetooths.
We in here?
We in here.
What's up, my brothers? Good job. What's up, Danny? What up, Bo?
What up?
Hey, great interview. Y'all hit them thumbs up, subscribe. This is the #1 pound for pound boxing podcast. On to the topic y'all were discussing. Boxing it's a great idea about we can get all the boxers together and kind of protest, man. They do need a union. They do need 401k. They need a pension. It was sad to see Pitcher Cologne family taking care of him and with no some help within boxing with the WBC, but not enough, man. These fighters, man, it's the hardest sport in the world. They need to get paid more, and it sounds good, man. They all came together and protested like we need pension, we need 401k, we need medical care. You know what I'm saying? They need all of that, man. We need that in boxing. This is a sport I love, and I want the best for every boxer, man. That's all I got, champs. Y'all hit them thumbs up, subscribe. Everybody have a blessed, no stress day. Peace.
I'm just optimistic like that. I believe that if a well-numbered amount of boxers get together, they hold some sort of televised press conference, they telling the world they ain't got health care. I mean, I believe a healthcare company will step up to the plate just for the publicity. Like, the word pro bono and lawyers, they don't do it because they want to. They do it because of what it represents. You know, they take these high-profile cases with people that don't got no money because they are high-profile cases to get their name out there. Like, so it's not to say that we can't find other people that are willing to work with us, but I'm not going to keep taking this until lunchtime. It is time for us to wrap it up. My name is Nestor Gibbs. Catch me on Instagram at NestGTO, or catch me at your favorite fighter's gym, you know,
in Vegas or across the country,
learning some new shit.
Co-host Ringwalk Danny, Bo
Mason _TBV on IG.
We are the Boxing Voice. Follow us on all social media platforms at the Boxing Voice, and you can catch us right here today, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, for another edition of Untitled.
Yeah, where we'll be introducing our new intern to make everyone jealous. She took the job, so she's going to get all the benefits of hanging with the best boxing podcast in the world. And August 29th is only going to get better. You're going to be mad that you didn't take this opportunity, but you'll get to meet the person that did. 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Arrivederci.